welcome back to the Legend Hunters podcast, and oh boy, we've got a special treat for you this Halloween.
Are you sure it's not a trick?
We are absolutely certain it is not a trick. Well, maybe not for us.
Legend, Leo.
You got the wrong
Anyway,
elder.
we would like to welcome back, for starters, our good old friend Akari. Hey guys, thanks for having me back.
Hey, Akari. And now we'd also like to introduce a new honorary Legend Hunter, Leo 2.0.
Hey guys.
Actually, her name is Muzi.
Yes. Although she is just as bad at puns as Leo.
From what I've heard.
Yeah. So this is also Legend's first time meeting her, so this will be fun. So say something about yourself, Muzi, and tell us how your week's been.
Mostly I'm just, your typical geek at this point.
Oh, come on, you're more than just that.
Well, it's been one of those weeks.
It has been one of those weeks, huh? Are you excited for Halloween?
Yeah. Well, I got one of my midterms back, and then I have another one on Monday, and so my ethics class is hell. So just
So you're glad the week's finally over, huh?
Yeah, until I have to pick up my textbooks again.
Ooh.
Yep, that's always that horrible feeling. You know the moment you have to pick up your textbook on Sunday evening and cram as much as you can in.
Yeah, especially when, a PS4 is sitting across the room from you going, "Play me."
Don't just give it. Don't freaking bring that up. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna have to deal with that in 2 weeks when Fallout comes out.
I told you, it's the most epic battle ever. Leo versus Fallout 4. Who will win?
Who will survive the longest?
I'm betting on Fallout 4, but anyway.
Guys.
Alright then,
Alright.
so since we're having our guest of honors talk, Akari, how about you tell us how your week's been?
On and off.
I'm noticing a trend here.
That been co-hosting a bunch of art streams with friends of mine on FA.
Uh-huh.
And not to mention the most evil kind of weather. AKA, it's snowing.
Oh, suck it up. It's already done it once.
You live in the polar north!
We're miles away from the Arctic Circle.
From what I've seen in Google Maps, you're in the Arctic Circle.
We're almost there, but close enough.
Yeah, so shut the fuck
Geography
up.
was not his strongest point, okay?
No, history was, okay?
Oh dear God.
Oh, man.
Other than that, just to take my mind off, I've been just non-stop gaming recently, mostly Plague of Shadows. I've been playing Undertale. I've been playing... Yes, I finally got... I gave in, and I just... It's like, Zero, no, you can get off my back about that.
I never will. I will not stop pestering you about it until you get the perfect good ending.
That's okay, I keep making Zero groan because I keep telling him I'm playing Assassin's Creed, so we're good.
That's also another one I've been playing as well, Assassin's Creed Syndicate as well. And on my third playthrough of Until Dawn.
Okay, you're a bit of too much of a fan of that B-movie schlock.
I love it! It's got lots of replayability, and right now I'm just making different choices and making sure everyone survives.
It's
Or not.
hilarious.
Again, I'm not a B-movie fan.
It's better than most of the horror movies that came out today.
I say that, and yet I love Rocky Horror. Although, would you call that Z grade?
Did you hear that someone's going to remake Manos: The Hands of Fate? What? Yeah, I didn't put this in, but apparently some movie producer's going to try and remake Manos: The Hands of Fate.
They can't do it. They can't do it. They
They
cannot
can and they will.
They cannot take the movie that is our hometown heritage. Seriously.
Are they remaking Rocky Horror Picture Show as well?
Yes, they are. They're also doing that too. They
What was that?
They got one of the.
I think it was Akari groaning and growling.
I think they got that thing. That's my favorite musical.
No, that's okay. They're remaking The Wiz as well.
Oh, joy.
They're getting someone from
Orange is the New Black to play Dr. Frankenfurter.
I'm sorry, but the only person who can play Dr. Frankenfurter is Tim Curry.
Yes.
Oh God.
He
Yeah,
just...
but I don't think he'd look as good in fishnet stockings anymore.
No, he wasn't.
Just a sweet transvestite.
Oh, my hip!
You cannot say that until you've actually gone to see one of those at the midnight special.
Yeah, we keep trying to drag your ass to one of the screenings, and that never happens.
Like there was, I swear, I think we went zero.
We
you
went
and I
twice.
Like 3 times, haven't we?
No, twice. We went twice.
Okay, we've gone twice. I think I went 3 times.
Yeah.
Because
Didn't
I
you
was
come back with
first
bite marks one time?
Tails, and then I got you to come along, and then I got you and one of my other friends to come along with us that time.
And didn't you
all
come back
3
with bite
times I
marks?
just missed out.
You came back with bite marks one of those times, right, Leo?
No, the bite marks was something else.
Oh.
I told you guys about the bite marks?
I think you did. I think I think you sent it to me in a text.
Okay, the bite marks were from. That's when I was with Dork Girl, and I went to a poker thing with a couple of friends from my undergrad, and I met Dork Girl at the house. I picked her up, and then she bit me in the neck because she panicked. Apparently,
Well,
All right then.
that's what happened.
I don't know how I keep getting this mixed up with Rocky Horror Picture Show showings.
Because you haven't even been to any of
Because
them.
the fucking vampire teeth.
Alright.
All right then. So, Leo, how's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. I decided to. I managed to go ahead and I got very far ahead in Dark Souls. I already beat the 4 Kings with my Paladin build.
Nice.
Nice.
Went ahead and refought Gwendolyn, the Dark Moon, for shits and giggles.
How many times did it take you to beat that guy?
Actually, it only took me 2.
Yeah, and how was the backtracking?
The back for what?
For the moon.
Not that bad. Because because you can challenge Gwendolyn without killing Guinevere.
Oh yeah, you need the dark moon ring from
Yeah,
the.
which you get in the catacombs, in the catacombs, which I didn't do until after I got the Lord Vessel.
Yeah, that's another way you can fight Gwendolyn, which I didn't even realize when we were doing our Let's Play of it.
Yeah, but because we were doing the ultimate douchebag run, we have to kill Guinevere for that one.
Yeah, we had to kill the tits.
We were doing the ultimate douchebag one. If we were doing the true douchebag, I think we could have used the Firekeeper's soul.
I mean, but we wanted to show off that arc, so that's kind of the reason why we didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we wanted to show off that art. Also, it's nice to actually go back to Firelink Shrine.
Yeah, especially
Yeah,
when
it's
we...
very convenient. So it's not really as it's not evil stupid is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were doing evil smart, not evil stupid.
Other things that I managed to do, not just a lot of schoolwork. I will go ahead and say that I've been keeping up with my research for Fallout 4, Bloodborne. I also when going back to Dark Souls for a little bit, I did start the DLC, which we did not do for our Let's Play.
Oh yeah, I still haven't even started that DLC myself.
Okay, so let me explain how you do that DLC, because it's a bit confusing how it works.
Okay.
So what you have to do is you have to progress far enough in the main plot till you get the Lord Vessel.
Okay.
That's step 1. Once you've gotten the Lord Vessel, you need to take out the Hydra in Darkroot Basin, which is
All right.
Oh yeah, and then there's a gold crystal golem in that cave.
yeah. You have to walk around the left side of the lake. Once you go past the ladder, it will be solid ground, so you just run past there, and there will be an alcove in the back which has a golden golem. You kill that golem, you unleash Dusk, the Princess of Ulasil.
And
She says her thing. She says her piece, and then she pieces out.
Uh-huh.
From there, you have to go to the opening of the Duke's Archives.
Uh-huh.
And then once you go ahead and you go up the elevator the first time, you see that crystal golem that's non-aggressive towards the side of the case.
All right.
You know which one? The one where where there's
The one that was staring at a globe?
yeah, staring at the globe. You kill that one,
Uh-huh.
and it drops a broken pendant in the DLC with DLC attached.
Okay.
And that broken pendant is the key item that activates a portal in the same place that you found Dusk, and that takes you to the DLC content.
Typical Dark Souls to make a completely and utterly roundabout way of getting to its DLC.
Well, there's actually a very specific reason why it's this way, and you find out later. But the thing about it is that you have to. The thing about it is you have to do up to the Lord Vessel first, so that's why it's a bit pain in the ass.
All right, then.
At the very least, in Dark Souls 2, when you do the DLC, they give you the key item right away. But the deal is because it is a higher level area, you generally don't want to do it till post game.
Alright.
All right, so wait until you're about ready to fight Gwyn, right?
For Dark Souls 2,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dark Souls 2, you need to beat Nashandra before you start doing the DLC. For this, you definitely want to do that. You can definitely do this as soon as you as soon as you get the Lord Vessel.
As soon as you beat the terrible 2-0.
Yeah, it's pretty. I understand it's pretty plausible. There's 4 major bosses in that DLC, and I've already beat one of them, which is called the Guardian. I think it's called the Demon Guardian or something like that. I can't remember.
Okay, there's the Guardian.
Sanctuary Guardian. That's what it's called.
There's the Sanctuary Guardian. I know there's
Yep.
Calamite.
Calamite is the net. Calamite's the future one. I'm up to Artorias right now, and I'm probably going to go back and do that.
Ooh.
The one last thing I want to point out is that I don't know if you did Zero, was for grinding. Did you use the Painted World of Ariamis?
For grinding?
Soul grinding, yeah.
No, I actually just grind on the giants around Anorlando.
Yeah, you can do that too. I actually found it way easier to kill the Phalanx because there's like 16 of them, and they drop 500 souls apiece.
Huh.
That's
So
not too bad.
So once you're at a high enough level that you can two-hand a weapon and one-shot them, it's very easy to do. And I have actually seen speedruns that use Firestorm to just kill them all in one shot with an Ascended Pyromancy Flame.
Huh.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to keep that in mind when I tried it.
All sorts of things you learn from Dark Souls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, the only reason I'm not playing I'm not playing Undertale is because I can't afford it right now, but I'm definitely going to get it for Christmas.
Awesome. By the way, Toby Fox went on record saying, "Yeah, I'm not putting a discount for the Steam winter sale."
All right, well, I can go ahead and just wait for it when I get money then.
Yep.
All right, why don't we go ahead? Legend, how's your week?
How's my week been? It's been fairly okay. My teacher swears that I'm paranoid now.
Gee, I wonder why. She probably induced it.
Yeah.
Professors' jobs are to make us paranoid.
Oh, God.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind if I ever
It's
become
in
a
the
professor.
description.
God, what would Legend be a professor of?
Um,
Classical writing?
classical writing. Nah, I'd be a creative writing.
Insanity?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, so he could be in any of the groups then.
Well,
There's at least one insane professor in every single group.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my first, that was my, biochem professor in college. Because he's from an Ivy League college. Well, he graduated from that. His book is from an Ivy League college for the class. And he went on record as saying that he looks forward to making one student cry like a bitch every semester. This
So
sounds
it's the paper trail for biology.
Guess who was the crying like a bitch person in that class? He's yelling right now.
I'm not sure the guy in Sweden is the one we need to be worrying about here.
Oh, burn on feuds.
No, I wasn't talking about feuds. Anyway, rest of my week. In terms of games that I've been playing, I have been playing on and off Undertale.
Yay.
I understand you're a fan of a certain character, Legend.
Oh?
Which one?
Which one was it?
One bearing a delta symbol on her chest. Oh, Toriel? Is it her?
Goat Mama.
Oh, Toriel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Although I think his favorite has to be one of the skeletons.
Yep, I'm a huge fan of Sans. We share a lot in common. Yes. God damn it, I love Sans.
What the hell does that mean when my favorite skeleton is Papyrus?
Because you're Sans to Papyrus.
I do enjoy making a few
Sans,
puns.
pick up your sock!
Okay.
Oh, good lord, now I'm gonna be the target for getting this game.
Yes.
Oh, you gotta try it. It's really good.
Really?
Hey, not just move it 2 inches from the spot you had it last time.
Okay.
Yeah, the humor is just fantastic.
It's Earthboundian.
It is Earthboundian, but it has a modern twist that feels refreshing, honestly.
And fucking dark.
It can get frickin' dark. It does get frickin' dark, regardless of which path you take.
Good luck with the neutral boss, by the way.
The neutral boss will never leave my nightmares. Ever!
By the
Fuck
You
that
mean
thing.
like Foxy and, you know...
Foxy wishes he could be as Cthulhuidian as this fucker.
I'm sorry, Flowery is scary.
Flowey the
than
flower.
all of the FNAF monsters.
Well, that's not saying much.
Frickin'
But then,
Well-
but then again, Muzi isn't afraid of anything. From what I've learned, she laughs at the FNAF games.
Well, I don't blame her. I, on the other hand, do have a bit of a disorder when it comes to those games. I see the thing jump out, I almost throw my laptop across the room.
Yeah, I can
That
see you're
means
really
if I ever
twitchy at
visit
the moment.
you-
Quit shaking your leg.
I was gonna say, if I ever visit you, I have about 3 FNAF shirts. Just don't beat me up.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Because
why
one of them
you
actually glows
stop.
in the dark.
Oh, man.
God damn it, I choked on my drink.
At least he wasn't joking on something else.
Oh, shut up, Leo.
It was white, by the way.
Sammy's not there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you, Muzi.
High five.
Alright, how about I get along with my week?
Well, I haven't finished.
Fine, continue, legend.
Yeah, besides Undertale, I've been playing, again, Monster Hunter, and doing my thing there. And I've also been picking up Persona 4 again. I just can't make it through that damn game.
Really?
Yeah, I always make it to kanji, and then I end up having to bend over.
I recommend lowering the difficulty setting.
I've done that. I'm still taking it in the ass there.
I still haven't finished the game yet either, so...
Yeah,
Neither
right.
have I. I've seen multiple Let's Plays of the game, though, so I know how the game is.
Well, that's why lately I've been sticking with Zestiria and Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, Zestiria has been a lot of fun. Legend is apprehensive about it after he's seen a little bit of it from me.
I do have a little bit of difficulty getting into the game after skipping through basically all of the intro.
Yeah, because
Because you showed me in the middle of your campaign as opposed to what happens at the beginning.
yeah,
It makes sense once you see the beginning. Some of his later idiocy makes sense
Oh,
because he's not literally like a full-on idiot. He's just ignorant of what everything is outside, his little world.
Oh, you're talking about Soray?
Yes.
wait, we're talking the main protagonist here?
Yeah, he's a little bit
Yeah.
of he's a bit of an airhead, but he's a ruin maniac.
He's
Legend,
at least a character that has a reason to be an idiot for a while.
Legend, what are you doing?
I think this is the first.
I am sick and tired of the idiot hero trope! This is bullshit!
He's not a total idiot.
Oh,
Yeah,
not a total
he's
idiot!
Not an idiot, he's just like ignorant of the world because he's never been in it.
Because basically,
He's more
He's-
ivory tower like special kid than outright idiot.
here's the
Yeah.
thing, he's incredibly intelligent. The thing is,
He doesn't know.
he doesn't know of the world. Literally, ever since he's been born, he's been raised by a group of people called the Seraphim, which are basically a race of people that are invisible to people unless you can basically resonate with them, kinda.
So he
He's-
has no social skills.
No,
Yes.
not totally. He does have an adopted brother named Nicleo, who's a water seraph. They've both grown up at the same from when they were kids.
Okay.
And Nicleo's kind of like the stern, serious, kind of older brother kind of guy.
Okay.
But he does crack every time some things happen.
Okay, does crack as in he breaks under pressure, or does crack as in he does
He gets
an illegal
flustered.
assessment?
He gets flustered. He's kind of like male tsundere, but not super tsundere. How would you describe his personality, Muzi?
Kind of serious, but yet he still wants to have fun.
And he's also a ruins
They have
maniac.
some inside jokes with each other, and they set each other off, and they literally do fight like brothers toward the beginning of the game.
Yeah,
That would have been fun to see.
they even had a bit of a tickle fight.
Yes, they're slapping at each other, and two of the other characters and their girls are standing off to the side, kind of going, I'm kind of jealous because they're over there having fun arguing with each other.
Okay.
This is kind of the exact opposite of the South Park episode that just aired, in which they literally address fan shipping.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw previews of that. I'm like, they actually went that far.
Yeah, they've gone that far, and they're still going.
Oh god.
No
Can they
corner
go
of the
off the
internet
cliff?
is safe. Have they done a furry episode yet?
No, not yet. Although I'm gonna actually, I take that back. I think there was one episode where there's a scene at a furry convention.
Wasn't there a furry character in the panda suit?
Yeah, but that I don't know if it's that episode, but that was something else. I think there was one episode that was a bit more in depth into furry culture. So I'm gonna have to check that out later,
All right then. So
just to confirm whether or not we have a furry episode.
all right. So anything else going on with your League Legend, or can I go on to mine because we're already 20 minutes in?
Other than the fact that I now smell like gunpowder and dogs, I think we're good.
All right then. Now, how's my week been? Well, I've been busy editing the Let's Play for Plague of Shadows.
Oh, that's been fun.
Yeah, and in fact, not just moments ago, me and Legend were recording episode 7.
Fuck Polar Night!
And thank
I
you.
don't know if you'd be fucking Polar Knight because Polar Knight seems the kind of guy who would fuck you.
He's a dixicle! We were fucked so many times!
Isn't that what you'd call a Kari, Zero?
Oh, what?
A dixicle? No,
No, I call him a dorksicle.
Close enough.
No, one's tolerable, the other one feels like hell on your ass.
Speak from experience, do you?
Very nice music.
Ooh.
God damn it, Muzi. You see why she's Leo 2.0.
And this is why our games of Cards Against Humanity get interesting.
Oh, God. Maybe we should do a podcast, one of those sometime.
That's
Jesus.
what I keep
Exactly.
trying to
If
tell
you
them.
would actually come with us.
Well, I think...
Come with us.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
We're
then.
running over our computers. That's exactly what happens during our Cards Against Humanity games.
Yeah, let's just say things get nasty, things get randy, things get depressing.
Oh. Well, I've been kind of living inside of a book. I have not been having an easy
How
month.
So have I. I spent a whole weekend studying for an ethics midterm.
Yeah, I had...
I don't think my nose came out of the book for more than 20 minutes. I found time to get out of the book and spend some time with these guys and have some fun before I killed somebody.
Yeah,
That's good.
Nordic,
That's good.
Paul.
Yes.
Of course, then we almost wanted to kill each other because we had the what the fuck pack on.
Yeah. Cards.
Gee, now Akari, you're sounding a little low. Better fix your mic.
Whoa.
How about now?
Oh, you sound much better now.
Alright, that sounds perfect.
All right, I'm keeping that in the audio, so we're going. We're going.
We will run with it.
Okay, we're going live.
Okay,
We'll
can
do
we
it
go-
live, damn it!
Let's go ahead and get started on the actual podcast before the internet shits itself.
Fair enough. All right. First off, we have the douchebag of the week.
What do we have on our hit list today?
Racist threatens Star Wars 7 release because of white genocide. The fuck?
Care to
These people
explain?
must not have watched the earlier any of the movies at all. If they going with this, I mean-
Akari, can you speak up a little bit? I'm losing you.
I'm just saying these people must not have watched the movies very closely because we had 3 characters that were played by African Americans for Pete's sake.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why if you scroll further down, some of the people who find these idiots and notice the hashtag are going, let's see what happens when they find out that Darth Vader was black.
Oh yes.
Well, his voice actor was. Interestingly
Yeah,
enough, nerding out here, he was actually played by a white guy in the suit, but they had to replace his voice with the deep voice of the South.
Right, because James Earl Jones has the awesome voice.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. Hell, they even had to bring him in for when Darth Vader came back in the 3rd movie.
Wait, so that was James Earl Jones going, no!
Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, that was.
Fuck.
You may geek out now.
You may geek out and you may nerd rage.
Yay! Fuck! No! Okay, I'm done.
And see, that's why I'm frustrated that they went ahead and had to edit Hayden Christensen for the remastered edition.
If I recall, they're actually trying to find the original takes of the
Yes,
Of
they
the-
should.
They actually are going to re-release them.
They are releasing a set that has the totally uncut, unaltered versions of the original Star Wars movies. They actually are going to be releasing that.
on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank God. I'm not even a fan of Star Wars, and I know Lucas fucks shit up.
You know, I've always said this about the Star Wars series. I'm not sure that you can keep beating this dead horse without it turning into some kind of glue. I think
That's
it's
where
beyond...
the prequels came from.
Yeah, the prequels were the glue. What that we have now is zombie glue. This is ridiculous.
We reanimated the dead horse, and now we're beating it to death again.
We reanimated it from the glue.
No, we cloned it, killed it, and then reanimated it.
Cloned it, killed it, reanimated it, and then beat the bottle. The stick is no longer intact.
That's the real Clone Wars.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh jeez.
Okay, well, anyway, these fucking racist twits. I actually saw a spoof news article where one of these racist fucks committed suicide because of it. And the only thing I could do was laugh, because I was thinking, I would believe this in a heartbeat. And I would be
Some of them
laughing.
are stupid enough to think that's actually going to change anything.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, I would dance and piss on his grave at the same time.
That would be difficult to do. It'd be hard to aim.
Especially, you would probably get more backlash on yourself.
Fine.
Yeah, you'd be pissing on your own shoes.
First, I'll piss on his grave, then dance.
There you go. You gotta get it all
Yeah,
in
yeah,
order.
yeah, much better.
Alrighty, so with that nunfuckery in mind, let's go on.
Well,
Let's get on with the next one, where...
Fatal Frame Made in Black censors sexy protagonist costumes, gives players Zero Suit Samus and Zelda costumes instead.
So, yeah, apparently this is mainly due... This is something I kind of discovered about Japanese censorship. The reason why they tend to censor, like, art outfits when it's being ported to the US is because the age of consent in Japan is 13. The age of consent in the US is 18.
it's higher everywhere else.
Yeah. So, that's the reason why some costumes are changed for characters that are technically younger.
Well, it's not technically younger, they are younger.
Yeah, they're
the
like...
difference is that when they're brought over to the US, the ages are changed, or the sexy stuff is removed.
Or both, like with Bravely Default.
Or both, like Bravely Default.
They still snuck in a little bit of the Bravo bikini, but there was a ton of censorship that was put into
Yeah, it was more of a tube top and short shorts
Right.
than it was a skimpy black bikini.
Right, exactly.
You mean string.
Yeah, string bikini, because there was nothing there.
Either way.
So
But
yeah,
yes, the point. That's the point.
So, thoughts on this? I'm not really that mad. I can kind of understand it. It's still kind of douchey to kind of censor, but I can kind of understand purely for squick factor.
Well, however, if you look at the way they have the Zero Suit, outfit that they gave her, it actually makes a little bit of sense because the game is based around a lot of water, and it ends up looking like, a diving suit almost.
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
true.
Yeah, although the sexy outfit that I saw also looked like a bikini you wear it when you go to the beach, so that also makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure a thong
The Zelda
is
one
necessary for
absolutely
diving
makes
into
no sense
these
considering
types
the
of
fact
waters.
that it's a pristine sort of. Also, it's not just any Zelda. It's
Twilight.
it's Hyrule Warriors Zelda that we're looking at.
Well,
Oh, and apparently there's also a Luigi outfit where she's wearing overalls and the green shirt and hat.
Oh god.
Is she wearing a mustache and bulbous nose too?
okay,
No.
remind me
Apparently,
again.
she's turning into a new plumber since this game's based around water.
Oh, that's how that makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
Just to be clear, this is a horror game, right?
Yeah, because I'm not
but
seeing
yeah,
any spoopiness in this.
Yeah, but it's fan servicey as fuck.
Yeah. It would actually be more kind of appropriate if the alternate costumes were like maybe blood-covered outfits or like
Luigi's overalls stained in the blood of his enemies.
Oh, I got good one.
Well, especially if it's Mario Kart 8.
Well, technically, his overalls would be covered in white because he fights ghosts. Yeah, so that
Sucky,
would
sucky,
create a
sucky,
whole
and
new
clean up the
problem.
white
the
stuff.
wood.
Why did you do that?
Sucky, sucky, me love you long time.
Ectoplasm
go
has
for
never
the
tasted so salty.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay, let's get away from this fan wink and move on to the next thing.
Yes, please.
You mean move on to more rage?
Yeah.
Okay, so next one, Payday 2 announced micropayments after swearing to abstain from them. Fans revolt.
Are we really surprised? Micropayments are bullshit to begin with. Well, so far as they've been being used.
Yeah, even in Bravely Default,
Especially in Bravely Default.
that was just tacked on. So,
Do we have anything more to say?
Well, basically, here's the thing about this is that initially when they got someone to say we are never going to do microtransactions and fuck you for assuming that we were, that guy got fired or he left. I don't know which one it is. I think he left.
and then they immediately backpedaled and said, "Fuck it, we're doing it anyway."
Yes, exactly.
Well,
And
that might be why he left.
Maybe.
And eventually they did an AMA to do damage control on Reddit, and they got torn a new asshole. Ouch.
Ooh.
The internet backdraft is strong with this one.
From what
Yeah.
I heard, it was several holes. But anyway.
Okay, so yeah, that's that.
I don't think they'll have enough assholes to shit out all of the crap that they've gone through now.
I hope they have toilet paper stock. But anyway.
Anyway, let's go on to some more shitstorms. Wow, really good segues today.
Let's get the
Protesters
crap
before
rolling.
South by Southwest Gaming to remove Gamergate panels.
I'll say this, I hate Gamergate, but the way that these people reacted is kind of proving their point.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, so basically, at the South by Southwest convention, protesters were literally yelling, complaining, and giving death threats to get rid of the Gamergate panel.
Specifically, it's a panel in regards to women's issues in gaming and issues with cyber abuse. So basically, swatting, the harassment in messages, etc., etc.
The irony is thick with this one.
Now, granted, I do understand that these are issues. Yes, there are instances where, there's a lot of blatant bias towards a male gaming crowd. I can understand that, and it's been like that for years. But I also understand that it's kind of dying down. The market has been opening up to a lot more people, especially with Nintendo leading the charge. So, yeah, I can sort of say it's not as big of an issue as it was before.
Although the second you say that, recently social justice warriors had threatened a fan artist for Steven Universe with death threats that made her practically almost commit suicide.
Yeah, I was tempted to put that in there, but you know what? That one would take another... That one is kind of confusing in part because it goes into things like body weight issues, and it gets... That one gets way too political, so I left that one off the list for that reason.
Fair enough. I was just bringing...
There were issues like people were upset because they were basically giving her accusations of being transphobic because she was pulling Rule 63 stuff, and at one point I think racist because she was making like a Native American version of Applejack from My Little Pony.
That makes no goddamn sense.
The idea is that she's a country girl, so imagine if she, instead of being of European descent, she was of Native American descent.
Interesting idea. I've seen other weird concepts on my art site. Go for it. More power to you.
That's what I mean. Like the whole thing is that it's basically people are finding reasons to get pissed off.
And
that's why it's called fan art.
Right, but I mean,
Right,
but I mean, like you're literally fighting over something that has that's someone's own ideas. It literally is. If you like it, that's great. If you don't like it, good. Don't look at it.
Yeah, don't bother complaining.
It's a win-win. Well, if you think like, yeah, this is good, but it should be. If you could have done this, or like critiquing is fine, but then there's it becomes a lose-lose situation because people go nuts on it.
Yeah, so I'm sorry for opening up this can of worms. Let's continue on.
Well, I don't know. I do think that the reaction should be minimal. That's like let it slide off like this off a duck's back.
I know it's really hypocritical of me to say it, but people really need to calm the fuck down.
Well, in one of the panels anyway, after it got canceled, they decided, you know what, we're still going to have it. We're just going to have it at another place. And people were like, oh, okay. So for that panel, at least, they still got to go do their thing.
All right.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So there was a compromise eventually.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said there was an eventual compromise.
Ah, okay, that's good. Next on the list, we have we got sort of an update from the last week, or from a couple of weeks ago. Batman Arkham Knight.
All right, Akari, why don't you take control of this one?
Okay, so basically, everyone knows the big event when this game came out, and PC version was fucked up, and everyone got complained, and they pulled it from Steam to fix it up. Months later, it's released again, and it's still fucked up.
Gee, did they even fix anything?
Well, it's still buggy, it's still glitching, and it depends on what version of Windows you're running. You need to run a certain amount of RAM to make it work.
Yeah, that's one of the things that always threw me off with PC gaming. You basically have to do so many types of modifications to your computer just to get the games to fucking play.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it says with Windows 10 machines, for a smoother gameplay experience, it's requiring 12 gigabytes of RAM.
Holy fuck, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, to put that in perspective, most games to get it running on excellent quality prior to that is about 8 gigs.
Jesus Christ, I don't even think Skyrim requires that much, does it? Unless you're running like some really good polishing mods.
I think it's 6.
I think it's 6 for decent, 8 if you're running mods.
All right.
Or if you're gonna start like world breaking or shit like that.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm amazed that this shit. You know what? I shouldn't be amazed that this game's still broken. I honestly I honestly am not surprised.
This is what happens when it gets farmed out to another company for the PC version to be released.
I'm willing to bet what the company, Rocksteady, right?
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that what Rocksteady did when they found out about this crap, they tried to do whatever they could to fix the PC version that was made. But I'm willing to bet that there were so many problems with that version that basically redoing, basically it was so fucked up that they would probably had to have basically remade the PC port.
They at least got smart, however, though, when all the first problems popped up, they whipped it down and gave everybody refunds and went, we're so sorry, here's your money. If you decide to, you can rebuy it when we bring it back out. Yeah.
Jeez.
Ugh.
This is why I stick to consoles most of the time.
Yeah, even though consoles are kind of getting kind of stupid to me, I still love the accessibility of just putting in a disc and playing.
Not to mention the use of a physical controller. It's never left me, and my hands are built for it.
Yeah, and I should mention that, this is probably not, I shouldn't be on the news, but I found out that they released the Steam controller lately,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently it doesn't work well for Mac.
And there you go.
And so what Valve decided to do was apologize and to give all Mac users who bought the controller basically the ultimate Valve collection. Basically giving them a free copy of every Valve game, past and future.
Wow.
Now there's some compensation for you.
Heck yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't remember where the article. I think the article was on the Escapist, so you can go check that out for yourself. But I really should have put that down because that was actually something nice that they did for something that
that
they
is
fucked
good.
up.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah, some people with this game are having issues that they didn't even have before
Oh,
they took the game down.
So, they re-released it, and it was even more broken.
it wasn't
At
more
least in
broken; it
some
was just
areas.
broken in different ways. It's
Yeah.
like if you fixed the broken vase and immediately dropped it upon bringing it out.
No,
And
it's
then
like...
the shards were in different pieces than they were before.
Yeah.
Yes. Correct.
Well.
Yeah.
No, that's a good analogy.
All right. So next and the last thing, as far as our douchebags of the week, YouTube Red got announced.
The archdevil of the internet? Yes.
You guys want to go ahead and run this one, Zero? Because I know you certainly had a lot to say about this.
Okay, well, I don't have the entire details, but basically, YouTube Red is going to be a paid service on YouTube.
Yes.
It's going to create channels on YouTube. One of them's already being done with Pewdiepie, as well as the director of The Walking Dead working together on something.
Yes.
And basically, you have to pay $10 a month, so you don't. It's basically the option for YouTube where you don't have to pay for you don't have to watch ads anymore. You pay.
That's the big thing. That's the big thing.
You pay $10, or it's either like $10 or $15 a month, which I think is even more than Netflix.
No,
Yeah,
it's $10
Netflix-
a month. It's $10.
Yeah, Netflix is about $9 something a month.
Yeah, it costs more than you would for a Netflix subscription a month to not watch ads. But the problem is that cuts into YouTube personalities' revenue.
They're doing a free month trial of YouTube Red in
November.
I believe. And for everybody who signs up for that and then watches these creators' videos, YouTube will not be paying these creators for those people who watch it.
Yeah.
So
That is
people like
bullshit.
Nash has decided, you know what, until November's over, the What the Fuck Is Wrong With You segments will just be on Screenwave, and I'll put them back on there in December when the trial's over. This thing is getting an uproar from the people who don't create stuff, because they want the people who create the videos to be able to do that.
Yeah, even people with ad blocks say this is bullshit.
They're like, I'll keep my ad block, and then I'll whitelist my favorites so they get paid.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is about that exclusive content that they're going to have, if they've already stated officially that eventually it will be available for regular YouTube users with ads. Down the road, it will be released for everybody else to watch.
So this
So all
is
you're paying for is no ads and advance access to this content.
no ads, advanced access, and fucking over every other YouTube personality.
There's actually still a little bit more than that. One of the things that they are offering is a downloading as a save offline video service. So you can actually save videos from YouTube off of them and watch them on your device for up to 30 days without having to renew it.
Which sounds cool.
Now that would be
But don't they already have
But
software
yet
that does
again, that also takes away from the creators because you're watching it and they're not getting paid for it.
yeah. The only reason I would ever do that is to like rip music from YouTube. Like that's what I do sometimes for background music for our videos. I find a YouTube video and just rip the music from it. That's what I do, and I do try to give credit to like who the original artist is in the credits.
They're also attempting to do YouTube Music, which is basically their counter to Pandora.
Well, we have Pandora.
We have Pandora, we have iTunes.
Right, but,
Yeah, there's
got
already
Spotify.
mainstream services like that.
right, but
we-
that's what I'm saying. So basically, there is a lot of competition going
Yeah,
around.
the market is way too saturated. And even YouTube gaming is a bit of a problem as well.
Right.
Because Twitch and Livestream are still doing amazing work.
Well, a couple of the people that I watch have tried the YouTube gaming, and they've had so many issues with it that they're just like, nope, see you guys back over on Twitch, and everybody has to fly back over to the Twitch page.
Yeah.
Even
man.
even just the YouTube streaming I find is kind of awkward as well.
Oh yeah.
Every once in a while, I'm okay with that. Like when they're doing the Screw Attack, streams, like when they're streaming the new Death Battle, stuff like that. I don't normally have an issue with that.
I've tried to watch Vinesauce on YouTube streaming. I don't like it.
Of course, I'm mostly just on there to watch the Death Battle, and then I leave anyway. But
Yeah. By the way, Legend, do you see the latest Death Battle?
Between Young and
Tifa?
Tifa? Yes, I have.
What'd you think of it?
What did I think about it? I could have called it. I think I did call it.
Aren't you the one who tried to show us Ruby before, or was that Leo?
Yes,
That
that
was
was
me.
that certainly was Legend,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm actually more interested in watching the rest of it just so I can see more Young.
I just finished volume 1 of that.
Oh, man.
Shotgun
But-
Fists.
I can just watch it on Netflix.
It's really good. I highly recommend it.
I actually
I
have
put
a
it on my list. I just haven't watched it yet.
I actually have a funny little comment about Ruby. I heard a little while back when it was released on Crunchyroll that people were complaining about the fact that it was English dub and asked for it to be posted in the original Japanese. The problem with that is that it's Western animation.
It's like,
Yeah, here's the... Yeah.
it's like it is in the original.
Yeah, so either take it or leave it, or wait until they decide to give Japanese subs.
They have Japanese dubs on the Blu-rays.
Yeah, they do.
Lord, that is so fucking stupid.
Oh, I love
Hilarious.
it. I guess there's our dumbass of the week.
That's our dumbass of the week, so...
Anyway, so last thing we got here, before we go into actual news, Sony is apparently a huge fan of Pewdiepie because for his 26th birthday, they gave him a custom-made PS4 controller,
Aw.
I
That's
saw
pretty
that.
cool.
It
What
was
was cut
cool.
into?
That's...
which has a 26 on the touchpad of it. And so apparently Sony and Pewdiepie are buddy-buddy.
That is really cool.
So I guess PewDiePie will start playing a lot more Sony PlayStation 4 games and stuff like that.
Well, he's
Okay,
always
so
been
here's
doing
the thing that deserves interesting is that Sony sent him a double layer chocolate cake with white frosting with PlayStation buttons for the top and PlayStation symbols around the sides. And the top says "Greatness awaits inside," and that's where the cake came in. That's what the controller came in. It came inside the cake.
He almost cut into the controller, he said on Twitter.
Oh,
because
yes.
he went out there for a snack, and he cut into it, and he's like, what is this? And he pulls it out, and it's the controller.
So he almost ate his gift.
So it's amazing that when you look at the picture that it doesn't have a bunch of knife marks in it.
Well, it would only be 2 along the sides where he's cutting the cake piece out.
True.
Have you ever watched this man try to cut something?
No.
Yeah, there'd be more than 2.
So he
Man
goes.
needs to
So he
learn how
goes
to
at
snap.
a serial killer.
Yeah.
Man needs to learn how to use a knife.
Nah.
Okay,
That's not
that's
annoying.
kind
This is
that's
annoying.
kind of sweet. I'm still not a fan of PewDiePie's work, but I still can respect him as a creator.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright.
I'm
let's
like his
move on to
fucking
some
fan
actual
base.
news, starting with
Goddamn.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pokemon news.
So, Hoopla has finally received the US release date. It's going to be coming out next month in probably the most ironic of all places.
Oh really?
McDonald's.
Fuck.
So on,
Goody.
so on top of grabbing my quarter pounder with cheese and a medium Dr. Pepper, I will also be picking up that Pokemon, thank you.
The problem is you have to use it through Nintendo Zone, which is a broken piece of shit if I've ever tried to use it before.
Nintendo Zone, in
Wi-Fi?
case you guys have never thought of using it, is the Wi-Fi combo that is a Wi-Fi app that's supposed to allow you to use Wi-Fi in certain select areas.
Yeah, like our mall, like our local mall is a Simon Mall, and it's supposed to have support for Nintendo Zone. It does not!
Trust me, if there's going to be any issues in Nintendo Zone, they're going to get resolved by the time this event happens, because there is no fucking way Nintendo is going to allow a Pokemon event to pass and not have that shit fixed.
There will be pitchforks and torches at their doors.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so
I
they...
don't think we have torches and pitchforks. Maybe we'll have like, I don't know, brooms and rakes. Maybe.
No, this will occur way after Thanksgiving. We got our football helmets and turkey and stuffed turkeys for gloves.
Yes.
Now I'm picturing the death battle
Get that
again
joke
with...
unless we all watch the death battle. Or Ruby.
Whereupon Yang punches someone in the face with a turkey.
Yeah, she has. No, I think she has
turkey
yeah,
boxing gloves.
No,
Yes.
no, Akari, we'd finally have use for, the snow shovels.
Oh.
Ooh, hello.
There you go. Okay, so yeah, that's coming out. It's gonna run until it's supposed to be, I think, near the end of November till mid-December.
Alright.
So
Alright.
be sure to mark the date on your calendar to go pick up some Mickey D's then.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like right after Thanksgiving, like November 27th?
Looks like
Something
it's November 27th to December 23rd, I believe.
Okay, so from Black Friday to the day before Christmas Eve.
Ooh, it ends on Yami's birthday too.
Nice. Yami being your girlfriend, for the record, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Okay.
So
So,
next on our
yeah.
list, this'll make me happy. Real
Real
life...
life Pokemon Gym coming to Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
Why does Japan always get the nicest things?
Well, so this is interesting. So this is actually going to be a real life Pokemon gym, where you're actually going to have people you actually fight against. This is supposed to be a hands-on edutainment facility where you learn everything about Pokemon.
Why can't we have this in our area?
Apparently, they're going to be
Or
using
anywhere in this country.
Yes.
They're going to be using a mobile app to keep track of people's progresses, and it's basically going to be an ARG event with the Pokemon games.
That is really cool.
Can we get one of these near us? Can we get one and say, like, let's see, what's the closest place that would probably be a big enough...
Albuquerque.
Yeah, either Albuquerque or Austin. I could see either one.
You're going to get it in Dallas.
Oh, fuck me sideways. I do,
No thanks.
Well,
I do
I
not
don't
want to
know
go
of
to the
anyone
home of
else,
the...
But you can probably ask Pikachu to do that for you.
What?
Yeah, you did say
In
fuck
a
me
very
sideways.
awkward transition, which I don't want to explain how that occurs, Pikachu will be coming to Build-A-Bear workshops in 2016 for the United States.
Yeah.
An awkward transition indeed.
I want one.
Yeah, apparently
No,
there's
see-
there's options to give it like a Charizard costume.
Yes, the Charizard costume that's I think it's either Japan exclusive or it was Pokemon Center exclusive.
Why not
I
just
didn't say.
why just not
Oh, Japanese.
a
Japanese, there you
Charizard costume? Why not just
Yeah.
make a Charizard teddy bear?
Yeah, it was a Pikachu promotional.
It's because Pikachu is
doll.
Pokemon Company's bitch.
It was a promotional thing for the announcement of X and Y to show off the Mega Evolutions. So they made a special little Pikachu that was wearing Mega Charizard Y's horns and wings.
Yeah.
Made it wore it like a little cape.
And
No, see,
what I wish
my
they would
parents will
do...
be heading-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Muzi.
my parents will be heading to Seattle toward the beginning of next year as well. And I'm like, there's a Build-A-Bear in the mall there. And I'm like, okay, I have a request for when you go down there again. And they're like, what?
Didn't there used to be a Build-A-Bear in our mall, or?
I think there might have been.
It's in Silla Vista.
Oh, Sila Vista. God, I hate going to the.
Just get up early and you avoid the traffic.
It's still hell even in the morning.
No, it's not.
At least you have a mall.
Legend, corroborate with me. Is it hell in the morning to go to Sila Vista?
It's hell all day.
Exactly. Thank you.
You guys are bullshit.
At least you have a mall.
We have
bulls that
We
shit.
have a hallway.
we have 2 malls. Technically, we got 3 because we also have an outlet mall near my place.
Actually,
We have a hallway.
4. Sunland Park, Silla Vista, the Fountains, and the Outlet Mall.
So we got 4. I still haven't been to the fountains yet.
You need to go. Anyway, all right, now on to regular news.
Greetings from El Paso, by the way.
Yeah, might as well say where we're from.
So first off, Nintendo shut down Club Nintendo, and now we have the official successor.
My
My
Nintendo.
Not
So My
entirely-
Nintendo Club Rewards are going to be offering discounts, gifts, and will also reward playtime as part of the ways to earn points.
This sounds amazing. Where do I sign up?
If you already have a Nintendo Network ID, you've already signed up.
Hey!
Well, you can just use that to sign into it.
Well,
Awesome.
details are still being hashed out, but the general idea is that we do have something there, and that it will be corroborating with the next story, which is Nintendo announces its first smartphone title, Miitomo, which is being delayed to 2016 for launch.
So, from what I've seen of Miitomo, is that Miitomo is basically either Miiverse or Tomodachi Life for the phone. I'm not sure which.
I would say it's a mixture of both, with a little bit of Twitter and Facebook.
Okay, so it's like a social networking site with your Miis.
Pretty much.
I would say it's probably closer to like an online chat service. I don't know if they're actually going to have any game aspect to it, like say Club Penguin, but that's kind of the analogy that I'm seeing so far.
Huh.
What are your guys' thoughts on this?
Well, I had the original, Club Nintendo thing for years, and that wasn't too bad. The only thing that got annoying with that was, the little surveys, but it was so cool getting all of the little rewards that you could get for the points for getting the games.
You're talking about My Nintendo. We're talking about the app.
Yeah, but adding this onto that, though, because some of the things that I've seen on other sites is, since it's going to be tied to your Mii, which is on your Nintendo ID, eventually some of this stuff is going to
kind of sync up.
interconnect between the app and the new program.
Yeah,
There's
because
actually also supposed to be other networking cross association going, and you're also supposed to be able to connect your Twitter and Facebooks to My Nintendo.
huh?
So,
Which in turn you'll be able to use with the new app, because that's all tied into your Mii and your account as well.
so basically, Nintendo is playing the trump card on top of Zuckerberg here. Is that what
Oh,
you're seeing?
nice.
Nintendo book.
Nintendo.
Nintendo book.
Nintendo book. Yeah, there you go.
It's
Alright,
me, a Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, Austin opened up to that.
Alright. Very nice. Very nice.
All right then.
Next thing, what we have here. New numbers are coming in saying that the United States market makes up more than 60% of Amiibo sales.
Which
Gee,
is
you think?
gee.
So, we've been buying your shit, Nintendo!
Bring us
We've
more.
been importing them from Japan to get the ones we want.
I had to import a Japanese Greninja and a Japanese Lucario because I could not get them in my area.
To be
I'm
fair,
on the Greninja.
I think that this is not entirely bad for Nintendo, that they're slowly eking it out, because one of the things about availability about it is that it becomes very easy to go ahead and resell it because there's too many in the market. So if you guys have ever gone to GameStop, you notice that there's like shelves now of pre-owned of Skylanders figures.
Yeah, well, I see them in bags in this little corner of our local GameStop.
GameStops, yeah. So the thing is that they want to make sure that doesn't happen.
Ah.
So they want to make sure that when they're being sold, they're being complete sales. There's not going to be any secondhand. And if there is secondhand, it's going to go to people who are going to use it.
Yeah, like giving an amiibo to a friend.
Or, for example, bootlegging and selling across overseas.
Yeah, or scumming it.
Either way, this is going to be interesting, and I'm wondering whether or not we might see more amiibo cockfighting as a result.
Oh god, I've seen that from the streams. And I'm like, you would do that? Why?
Amiibo cockfighting? Okay, I need some.
Amiibos.
I need some
Okay, pretty
clarification.
much.
I need some
okay.
clarification. What's the fuck?
Okay, so
Basically, oh, go ahead, Leo. Go ahead.
I'll go ahead and do this because I've actually seen the event. So basically, you take your amiibo, you go ahead and you challenge it against another amiibo on a stage, like a tournament.
In Smash, kinda?
Yeah, in Smash. Here's the thing: if you lose, the amiibo gets destroyed. This is a fight to the death, and in Screw Attack's case, out of this. And so what they did is they would have the loser spin a giant wheel, which had a bunch of options on how they would dismember, burn, eradicate, and utterly destroy the loser's amiibo.
They also Frankensteined these things.
And they Frankenstein these motherfuckers. Like, we're not just... Like, one of them had them sanded down.
Ooh.
Another had them, like, cut and destroyed. Another one put them in the blender. There was one where they axed it. Another one with a sledgehammer. Like, it gets fucking brutal.
I saw one that had Mario's head and Peach's body, okay?
Oh, yeah,
I've just had the biggest what the fuck face on me for about the entire time you've been mentioning this, and I'm just like, why?
I'm
Why?
imagining his collection just going poof.
Now, thankfully, most of the people who entered in the cockfight are people from the community. They got, I know they got Nate Wants to Battle. They got Black Anime Nerd. They got, I think they got one of the guys from Team 4-Star in on it.
I think Paper Gamer was one of them too.
Yeah. And then after they get like the majority of the pool filled with YouTube celebs, then they get out two to four people from the crowd, and they do that on the basis of who has the rarest amiibo, so that you put it on the line when you go to these tournaments.
Oh my god.
And then you have to hand it over to the executioner, and they make you watch as they destroy the amiibo, and they do it to the sound of Carmen's. I think they do it to Carmen's song from the opera. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh god.
I
My
am
amiibos would be staying
flabbergasted.
home, thank you very much.
I just having this image in my head of Yami participating in this with her Yoshi Yarn amiibo and it seeing it burn. Yes.
Oh.
I just had this terrible image in my head. Oh.
And now you just
Yeah,
made.
he's laughing.
I've winced more from
And
watching
now you've just made your girlfriend cry for some reason, and she does not know why.
You terrible, terrible man.
I'm sorry.
You're a horrible boyfriend.
No, it was as if millions of Yoshis cried out in fear. Silenced.
Yes. I've winced more watching the amiibo cockfight than I've watched watching FNAF.
I can believe that.
Okay.
The thing is, all I'm seeing is dollar signs going up in flames.
Exactly. It's a travesty.
Because my mom paid $60 for my Marth. I paid $30 for my Greninja.
I know.
And some people are paying
Let's see what's
$200.
next. Okay, so we got some We got some bling deals going on. We got some rare collectibles coming out soon. First off, Target will be selling Nuka-Cola Quantum Soda next month for the release of the game.
For Fallout
Gee, I
4.
wonder how this got in here.
Look, I love Fallout 4, so shut up.
The game hasn't even come out yet, and you're already being a fucking fanboy.
Shut up.
I told you.
So we'll be able to actually go ahead and taste what Nuka-Cola Quantum tastes like. Manufacturer Jones Soda is partnering up with Bethesda to help make this drink come alive, and apparently it's going to just be repackaged berry lemonade flavor.
Well, it looked like it. Because it looked like a weird electric blue color.
Yeah, that's exactly how it appears in game, and the effect of it is that it boosts your rate of... It restores health, and it also recovers your AP, which allows you to pull off the kill shots in the reimagined games. Because Nuka-Cola Quantum actually didn't come out until 3 and 4.
I
Or
see.
3 in New Vegas, so...
I still need to play more New Vegas.
It's relatively new compared to Nuka-Cola itself.
Alright then.
Next, UK gets an exclusive Fallout 4 beer.
A beer?
A beer, yes.
Where's my Blackbriar mead?
So, unfortunately, we stateside will not be getting it because of the
Where
fact
the fuck's my Blackbriar mead?
because it's UK exclusive. It's not really that strong. It's a light colored pilsner, about 4% alcohol volume content.
Oh, if it's a Pilsner, that's going to basically be like a Miller Lite, kinda.
Yeah, and considering that it's 4%, it's also it probably might taste like it too.
Where the fuck is my Blackbriar mead, Bethesda? What the hell?
You know what? That is a missed opportunity, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Is that from, like, Skyrim or something?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, no wonder it sounded familiar.
Yeah.
I've
Blackbriar
heard that
mead and
whimpering
honey
from
brew
people.
mead. Although,
Don't touch that stuff.
yeah.
Don't touch that stuff.
Yeah, that's that that stuff tastes like rat poison.
I thought that was the one.
Okay, how do you know what rat poison tastes like?
That was a story for another day.
Yeah, best not to ask the
Let's just say
Raichu about
one
it.
of the Raichu forms was getting 2 out of 10.
Damn it, guys! I almost fell off the sofa.
Yeah, you almost stepped on my homework project, god damn it!
Alright.
Then there
Alright,
would be
so
a body hitting the floor.
Okay, so while the alcohol and if you just think like we're cheaping out because it's just alcohol and soda right now, let me go ahead and bring something up for the class here, folks. Xbox Taiwan is auctioning off a one-of-a-kind Master Chief helmet built with 25,000 Swarovski crystals blinged onto this thing.
Oh my god.
Right.
So the gaudiest Master Chief helmet in the history of gaudy.
Correct.
And it weighs
Wow.
like 11 pounds.
At the time of this recording, it has gone up to $32,500 in bids on eBay.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ!
The
Oh.
best part, however, is the proceeds from the auction go to Make-A-Wish.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That's nice.
Oh, that's going good.
So if you have $100,000 lying around, if you want to show your fandom for Fallout 4, here you go.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, last time I checked, I'm not a Trump child. Shut up! Please, I don't have the god awful hair. I got lovely locks.
And yet you have both versions of just about every single generation of the games that come out.
Feel the burn.
Shut up! I gave one version to my boyfriend.
Feel the burn.
Yeah,
All right. Game releases. Outlast 2 was announced.
I don't think I.
Yes.
Okay, I remember the first Outlast. That was the horror game in the asylum, right?
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Huh, so they have a sequel. I wonder what that's going to be like.
Well, so far the teaser trailer, all it is, it shows a cross getting burned when it's upside down.
Burning cross.
Yep.
And
pretty much it.
there's a dude narrating over it.
Why do I get the feeling it might take place in a more churchy asylum?
It's not gonna take place in an asylum.
Oh, really?
Even with how creeped out this game made people, all I can do is laugh.
Because you're weird.
Yeah, no matter what horror game is played, Muzi just laughs.
What is it with... You are the second person I know to laugh at horror games.
Who's the first?
My sister. She falls asleep to this crap.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh
I
my
just
god,
laugh my
dude.
butt off. My enjoyment from these games is watching people freak out.
I enjoy that too.
Exactly.
Okay, we've made the connection that possibly Akari and Leo might be related. Are we not sure that your sister and Muzi are related?
Oh god. Oh my god.
Muzi, have you ever had thoughts of killing someone with a knife?
No, we have bats for that.
Fair enough. Fair
We
enough.
play softball in the summer.
Okay.
Ball soft is.
Oh god, who the hell would I be related to in this crazy twisted up thing?
Well,
Well, at
apparently
this
Leo
point,
and I
seem
are
to be a
related
mixture
by...
of all three of you at times. It just depends on when you catch me.
Yeah. Weird. The way you're acting right now, you kind of do remind me of Legend's sister. She sounds kind of half out of there.
All we're missing is the implied relationship between Muzi and Zera, and then you've completed the cycle.
I do know that you and I are actually related somehow with some bullshit family lines.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Viva Mexico!
Technically, that still is going on, all things considered, because I don't think Latron's ever disowned my brother's girlfriend, which is how that goes about.
Yeah, the bullshit family...
To put the joke very quickly away, Latron's is an extended family of her friends, and at some point adopted a girl who later became my brother's girlfriend. So in a weird, odd about way, Legend and I are brothers by marriage.
The fuck?
We've told you this like 3 times already.
I still go, what the fuck? I'm still trying to map it out in my head, and I'm like, huh?
Okay, so imagine if Latron's had a daughter.
I'm scared at the notion because I'm pretty sure she'd try to eat the child if it was ever born.
Just follow me on this. Latron has a daughter. That daughter goes into a relationship with my brother.
Okay.
And that, as if that were a marriage, links Legend and myself as family. We're in-laws.
Oh my god.
It's a joke that went too far. It didn't stop.
And when we started including a demonic possessed pumpkin into the mix, I think things went a little batshit crazy.
I was wondering where the Halloween theme for this podcast went to. There it is.
Anyway,
You think I should have added a bunch of spooky, scary skeletons and bats to the title card? Or would I have detracted from
I don't have
everything?
any of that, but I do have something equally terrifying.
Oh god, what?
David Cage!
Oh god, no! Not the fuckwit from Heavy Rain.
Quantum Dream has announced its new game called Detroit.
Oh?
The tagline is "Become Human," and it's supposed to go ahead and tell the story of Kara, an android, and it basically becomes a "What does it mean to be human" game.
Or in other words, in David Cage's words, emotions! Emotions! You do not understand emotions!
Except that he's not very good at even that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this. Undertale gave me more emotions than I have in anything that he could have made.
To be fair, I did like Indigo Prophecy, aka Fahrenheit, but really Heavy Rain didn't do it that much for me. And no, Heavy Rain was good. The one after that, Beyond Two Souls, sucked ass.
Yeah, from what I've seen of Let's Plays of it, it looked kind of schizophrenic.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy and it doesn't make sense at certain points.
Alright.
Next on the list, we got some DLC for Until Dawn. Kari, you want to take this?
From what I've read, pretty much it's exclusive to the PlayStation VR system. It's pretty much gonna be like a like a roller coaster kind of thing.
It's pretty much an on-rails roller coaster shooter game.
That's kind of weird.
So it's a spin-off?
What it pretty much is, from what I've seen watching the trailers when this popped up for me, what he's saying is happening is, I'm guessing we're going through, it's got to be Josh's mind, because they say one of the characters, in his descent into madness. So that might be why it's like an on-rails type thing, because they want you to, do the slow descent with him,
Okay, so it's kind of like
it's Josh because of the way.
That's what I'm thinking too when I saw it as well.
So it's just like going inside a person's head and watching the madness spiral from there.
Pretty
Yes.
much, especially since it's a VR situation. They want it to be as to where you're following this happen.
Or like you're watching it from that person's point of view, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're just going along for the ride, not really in control.
So it seems like a free movie along with the game, or like a DLC movie.
Well, what they were saying is there's also, just like in the game, how there's choices that you make. Apparently, there's going to be choices built into this as well that's going to alter the ride that you take.
I see. So you can either watch him completely devolve into a gibbering, insane man who's writing on the wall with his own shit.
Yeah, so there's apparently going to be decisions to make in this as well.
Huh.
So you still get to interact with it and kind of alter at least some of it as you go along.
I'm actually looking forward to this if I can afford a VR.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know if I need to pick up a game about going crazy. That's Tuesday night for me.
Yeah. Wait, you only do it on Tuesday?
Only on Tuesday. Well, that's the one day that I let loose.
Remind me never to come over to your house on Tuesdays.
No, you don't want to go anywhere near that place.
What-
I'm still picking out the broken glass.
Okay.
I don't want to know the context. All right, Leo, this one's all you.
Oh, yes, it's all me. 3D Realms Bombshell is a successor to Duke Nukem.
We can expect it in 17 years.
Actually, no. It's actually got a playable demo, or it's got a decent demo going along, and I gotta say, the only bad part about it is the voice actor, or voice actress for Bombshell herself.
So it's like a female Duke Nukem, kinda?
Yes, only the problem is when Duke Nukem does a stoic, manly voice, it's awesome and praiseworthy. When Bombshell does a stoic and angry voice, it comes off as flatter. It comes off as flatter than a. I don't want to use the analogy that I want to, because then I'm afraid we're going to violate the Japanese rule again.
The Japanese rule?
Yeah, because it's flatter than a schoolgirl's tits.
Gee.
Like I said.
Well, only if she's the protagonist.
Oh.
If she's a tsundere, then she's got giant knockers.
It's yet to be determined whether or not there's going to be any sort of sexual context outside of the fact that her last name is actually Bombshell, or that's her code name. So here's how this game plays out. This is a top-down shooter where you play as the commando Bombshell, and she happens to be a bomb specialist with the army who had one of her arms replaced with a cybernetic replacement.
This is sounding like Bionic Commando, female version.
Except she can actually use a gun.
Alright.
She has a built-in gun into her robotic arm, and she can go, and that's her basic attack. She can do stun kills with her human arm and fire a multi-chamber revolver. It must have like 60 chambers in it, and it's stupidly large.
Sounds like a BFG if I ever heard one.
Kind of. Imagine a long bolt revolver, and then imagine if it had the same magazine size of an AK-47,
That sounds ridiculously awesome.
and then make it look stupid, like it's from Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh.
Gameplay actually looks very smooth. She can do a combat dodge, which lets her avoid bullet fire, or she can swap it out for a punch, which lets her do damage to enemies. She has a shield which will then regenerate over time. If it doesn't, she loses health. She actually has a Pip-Boy style device in her robotic arm, which allows her to look at her menu and level up.
That makes sense.
As far as the plot goes, you are a commando. The president gets kidnapped by aliens, and you have to go after her. Yes, it's a female president.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
And the villain apparently has some sort of connection with Bombshell, going as far as to call her Shelly, with no sense of ironicness.
Yeah.
And the puns are delivered so dryly that it's the sourest gin and tonic I've ever had.
Oh.
Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, like at one point, when the antagonist introduces himself, it's like, "Wow, Shelly, that arm must have cost you an arm and an arm."
This is sounding like some really hokey Pierce Brosnan 007 movie.
We're going into the Rambo parody spin-off section of campy here.
Well, and the funny part is she wasn't even the first choice to be the lead in this game. She was supposed to be in it alongside Duke Nukem. But Gearbox put a stop to that. They're like, no, you're not using Duke. So she became the main focus of this game, and they reworked it so that way it looked like she was the main.
Yeah, because the problem is they're releasing this game next month. So they cannot change this character's personality.
Oh, God.
There's a personality?
Well, lack thereof. But you know what I mean.
Damn.
So, like, really, because I enjoy bad voice acting, in case you don't know.
You want to get right to hell, for Christ's sake.
No.
What the fuck was that?
That was the inner demon saying, fuck no. Why are you laughing at my voice?
Sounds like you have gas, dude. You need a Pepto-Bismol?
Or a lozenge?
Actually,
I need less bullshit, that's what I need.
he sounded like Dr. Claw at the beginning.
It also sound like Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters.
Hey, maggot!
Oh, God, no. Let's not start on that rambling.
Do you not know who I am?
You are the gatekeeper!
Yes, exactly.
I am
the keymaster.
Oh, maggot. If you do not keep this up, I shall throw you in the black gold.
All right, you chuckleheads.
Hey, Zero!
Yeah?
You're banished!
Street Fighter V confirmed for February 16th. Roster finally begins to finalize.
Yay!
Because repetitive English is repetitive.
Yes.
Anyway, this is also my territory. We have confirmed a lot of the character rosters until they announce that they're adding 6 more characters before release.
Oh.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
we
Are they
do
bringing
have
back
the majority
every...
of the old cast? We have Ryu, Chun-Li, Zangief, Dawson was recently confirmed, Vega, which is the pretty boy ninja, Bison, which is the power-hungry dictator, and then we have a bunch of new or lesser-known characters joining us. We have Mika, who is the
scantily clad woman who attacks with her ass?
scantily clad professional wrestler who passes off as a stripper.
Yeah, her outfit completely reveals her ass.
Yeah,
And there is so much fan art of that on my art site.
And her taunt is that she spanks herself.
Okay then.
And her super, she gets her tag team partner. She throws the opponent up in the air, and then they do an ass-to-ass attack in your face.
I'm still trying to comprehend the sheer amounts of bullshit that's going through.
We have
Well, the character is focused on her ass.
we have a new character called Nash, which is a rehash of a character we thought was dead, and he has some teleporting, energy-throwing bullshit.
Well, don't we have that already with Ryu and Ken?
No, but this dude teleports and does it like Destructo Disc style.
So he's like Krillin?
He's like Krillin if he could instant
He's like Krillin,
transmission.
but more badass, and he has a pompadour.
He already wins.
Is there going to be an own counter?
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of pompadours, the season 4 for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure has been okayed.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Sweet!
Yeah.
Yes!
Holy
Alright.
shit.
Okay, so...
So you
next
better
we
finish
have
watching
Nikali,
Stardust
who's our-
Crusaders.
I did.
We have Nikali, who's a berserker type character. He's supposed to be from Brazil, and basically he's like Wolverine in Street Fighter, who can berserk out and then go crazy on people. He
That's
kind of
so
looks
cool.
like Toriko's Oni form.
Huh.
Red Oni or Blue Oni?
Red Oni.
The Blue Oni's kind of spoiler territory.
Kinda, but he's a Red Oni. You're gonna see a Blue Oni somewhere on later on in the game.
Still Red Oni. Then we have, I'm trying to remember, we got back Birdie, who is a fat-ass biker who throws chains and garbage as projectiles.
Okay.
And lastly, the latest new character to be announced is Laura, a Brazilian jiu-jitsu expert who can electrify herself, put you into a grapple, spin you around like a fucking Blanca ball, and then break your neck as soon as she comes out of it.
Ow!
Yeesh.
That sounds like fun. Where do I sign up?
Get Street Fighter 5.
Yay.
PlayStation 4 on February 16th.
Fuck!
I might actually get this.
I know. Also, this is the game where they're promising the DLC for free if you actually work it hard enough to get the DLC points. And records are showing that it's going to be legitimate.
Huh.
Like, they're
So-
going to make this work for people who don't want to pay.
So you literally have to play the game and bust your hump to get the points so you don't have to pay the DLC.
Correct. And this is
Works for me.
costumes, possibly extra characters. And this is a fighting game, so you actually have to put in the time in. So it's a win-win situation. You become better at the game, and you get to go ahead and get the new stuff that comes out for it eventually.
Works for me.
And
Doesn't work for me.
And Capcom has already confirmed we're not doing the bullshit we did with 4 and 2, where we re-release the game and it comes with the patches and the new characters. No, we're gonna keep this one game and then just add to it continuously.
That'll probably be a smart move because I remember Street Fighter 4 being kind of shitty.
Because there were 3 versions of Street Fighter 4, 3 versions of Street Fighter 3, and a shitload of versions of Street Fighter 2, if you recall back in the day.
I have 2 of
Oh
them.
my gosh, yes.
There was like, what, 8 or 9 versions of Street Fighter 2?
There's Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, there's Street Fighter Ultra, whatever there was. They were
Champion
Oh.
Edition, they had the HD remix, which they did for the newer consoles.
the new Street Fighters.
But
Oh.
this is going to be the one game, and they're going to just build on it.
I think
Good
Legend
idea.
went cross-eyed for a moment.
I would not have been surprised.
And possibly the best thing about Street Fighter 5 is that it's going to be cross-platform. So it's going to be on PC and PS3.
So do you have a PS3 Legend?
Or PS4, sorry, PS4.
Oh, sorry.
But you have between PC and PS4, you will be able to play with the whole community on those two.
Speaking of which,
Oh, that's
fuck you,
awesome.
Microsoft.
Okay, so, I'm sorry?
I said fuck you, Microsoft.
Yes, exactly. Fuck you, Microsoft. But next we have the other game, which is which is coming to PS4, which is the new Nier game, which is being called Nier Automata.
Automata, that's an interesting name.
Yes. So the thing here is that they're advertising androids and mechanical weapons clash in ferocious combat in deserted wasteland.
Huh. You know what? I never played the first Nier game, but I heard a lot of weird things about it. Like, some of the dungeons involved... Like, the combat was kind of similar to Dark Souls, kinda. Like, real-time RPG. But some of the encounters were like... A boss was basically a bullet hell boss. A dungeon was basically a text adventure.
Do you know why that is?
Why?
Actually, that doesn't apply to this one, but if you thought that was crazy, that developer was a separate company called Cavia, and that was being headed by Square Enix. They were working with Square Enix.
Yeah.
The next game is going to be done by Platinum.
Oh,
So
boy.
if you thought it was crazy before,
Yeah, because I do
Oh,
remember
shit.
this one interesting thing about Nier. There was 3 endings for the game. One of the endings where you completely erase your existence to let your sister live.
you have to erase your save file.
And it shows your save file, like everything you collected, everything just disappearing, like your inventory, your all your collectibles, everything just starts vanishing.
Yes, exactly.
Which was an actually interesting concept. Like you're literally erasing yourself from the game or the file.
Correct.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and you actually witness it. So it was kind of a meta thing that, like with Undertale, what they do with the save file.
Whoa, hang on. There is a lot of spoiler territory just with that.
Well,
Yeah, if you say that, I'm pretty sure you're going to get more internet hate than you knew existed.
fine, I'll shut up about it. I'm just going to say that there's an interesting mechanic involving the saving system.
There you go. Okay, so the last thing on our list is Yokai Watch.
Oh, boy.
So Yokai's getting a bundle with Muzi. Why don't you go ahead and start?
The anime sucks. It's like it's trying to be 3 different things at once, and it's not pulling off any of them.
That's trying to be Pokemon, Digimon, and what else?
Oh, good lord.
Well, I've heard reference to Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah, a little bit of that. You know, there is a man who is a dog, but with a person's face.
Yes, that exists as I understand it.
Nightmare Fuel.
I think that's also in lore in Japanese mythology.
It is. That's why it's just so weird. Because this is something they're throwing into what is essentially being marketed as a kid's show. This dude is so depressive. It's ridiculous.
Oh god.
So he's like Eeyore?
Worse.
Oh, shit.
Eeyore is cute when he's depressed.
Yes, Eeyore is at least cute.
Yeah.
You just want to go and give him a hug.
This guy, you want to just punt him into the next district.
With a well-placed kick to the groin.
And he summons these little guys literally with his watch. When he finally gets these guys, to be friends with him, they give him this little disc, and it has this really warped picture of them. And when he wants to bring them to him, he puts it in his watch and hits a button. And it does this little cheesy summoning thing.
Kind of like a
I
Sailor
swear-
Moon transformation, kind of.
Yes, except for nowhere near as actually cool looking. This is just kind of pathetic looking.
Oh, man.
So, the anime shit. But that's not the actual news that we were going to say. The news is that Yokai Watch is actually getting a $99 bundle with a 2DS. But that's paltry news compared to Muzi's little anime rant. Anything else you want to bitch about the anime?
The characters' voices just
So this is basically just an anime to sell the game.
and it's not doing an effective job, because if you look online at people who have talked about this anime, because that's the reason they made this in the first place, they're like, wait a minute, okay, Pokemon had one, Digimon had one, let's try this.
I'm pretty sure Digimon was an anime before it was a game.
Actually, yeah,
Oh wait, no, it was.
Actually, no, there were pocket games.
Oh yeah, like Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
Reverse. It's the reverse, actually.
Yeah, it's like, these people are trying to do the same things that those 2 franchises did.
And it's
And
not
it's-
working.
No. And that's supposed to get us interested in the game? Because that's why they brought the anime series out here before they gave us the game. They're like, if we give them this, they'll get interested in the game.
I remember when I was in elementary school, I remember I did start to collect Digimon cards.
I did have some as well.
Same here.
I think my most powerful one was Starmon.
You want to know how many Yu-Gi-Oh cards I ever actually collected?
How many?
No.
2.
That's too long.
I only ever collected 2. And they were lost.
Oh, which ones were they?
Digimon cards, I believe it was one giant bear.
Kumamon, yes.
And I believe the other one was a cactus.
Oh, Togemon.
Pokemon.
And I also only ever collected 2 Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There was 2 Digimon and 2 Yu-Gi-Oh. I never got further than that.
What was the Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
I don't even remember. It looked like some weird pot with black flowers sticking out of it, with eyes.
Oh, Dark. I know that. I know that card. That's a really, really old card. That's like from the first thing.
Not a Breed or Morphing Jar, one of the two.
No, was it a blue? Was it a blue-looking card or was it an orange-looking card?
It was purple.
Oh, it was a fusion card.
No, not even. It was old school. Before there was any fusion.
Fusion was the
Fusion
first.
is old school.
Oh, you mean polymerization? That's what it was.
Yeah. So, well, unless we could actually find the card, we probably wouldn't be able to tell.
I probably threw out the card with my old desk, so I don't know where it is or whatever the hell happened to it.
Oh, actually, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, I wonder if I should give my opinion on Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V.
Sure, you've been watching that, you said.
Yeah, I actually have been watching it. It's kind of interesting. It deals with the whole idea of 4 different dimensions. The standard dimension, the fusion dimension, the exceed dimension, and the synchro dimension.
I'm surprised there isn't a ritual dimension somewhere.
Me either, to be honest. Currently, everyone is in the synchro dimension. And guess who's also in the synchro dimension? Crow and Jack Atlas.
Okay, I was gonna guess Yusei, but yeah, those were the next 2.
No, this is an alternate dimension. Yusei does not exist.
Oh,
Damn.
well then.
He was
Yeah.
one of the few Yu-Gi-Oh characters I actually liked.
Yeah, instead,
Because Yusei was actually mature compared to Yugi, who didn't know shit without Yami.
Super
And
special,
Jaden-
awesome.
And Jaden was a
Jaden
joker.
was so campy that I'm pretty sure everywhere he went, he had fucking s'mores on him.
But yeah, the main character of the game of the Arc V, his name is Yuya. He's an entertainer. He's an entertainer duelist. His deck involves using cards called Perform Pals.
Or basically circus animals cartoonized to the ends.
He also his signature card is known as the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, which is the signature of his special summoning technique called Pendulum Summoning. Anyway, in every single dimension, there's another version of Yuya. In the XC dimension, there was Yuto. In the Synchro dimension, it's Yugo.
You've already lost me, dude.
And in the Fusion dimension, his name is Yuri.
Your parallel self.
Yeah, basically 3 different versions of the main character.
I got that, but why they're going into this alternate dimension kind of deal?
Because the Fusion dimension is trying to fuse all 4 dimensions into one.
That sounds bad.
Yeah, especially considering the Fusion dimension completely destroyed the XYZ dimension.
Why are they touching Pokemon?
Oh, Exceed. XYZ, Exceed.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, the anime itself is actually really good, surprisingly. It's a lot better than fucking Zexal.
Okay.
Because, seriously, the main character of Zexal, what was his name again?
I'm trying to remember his fucking name, and I just know that he was super annoying as all hell.
Yeah, he was super annoying.
And apparently not very memorable.
Nope. But I'll say this, he was annoying. The only good character in that anime was Astral, who is a character that nobody could even see.
So, the only good character was the one that was never there.
An alien. An interdimensional alien that only the main character could see.
Yuma. His fucking name was Yuma.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
I do
about
want
as
to...
generic as you can get.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing about Yuma. First off, the character design, he has a fucking scouter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
God.
in that world, in their city called Heartland.
Heartland.
Yeah, basically,
Well, it's Heartland City, so it's actually a full city thing.
Is it Nashville?
anyway, in their
So here's the thing. here's the thing. So basically, they finally canonized the bullshit.
They can't.
So, normally, Yuya is just a plain dumbass duelist, and I do emphasize dumbass because he doesn't even have proper strategy.
Yeah, because literally, his deck is Deus Ex by Astral.
And literally, we emphasize Deus Ex. So his power is basically that Astral goes ahead and helps him by drawing the right card. He doesn't go full out Generation 1 in that we're literally calling cards that don't exist.
Calling out the heart of the cards.
But he literally bullshits the heart of the cards by letting him draw the exact card he needs, and that's the superpower.
Well, I will say this, in Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, Yuya somehow manages to synthesize new cards. Like, he synthesized the fusion for Odd Eye's Pendulum Dragon.
To be fair, those cards are coming out, like, alongside it, so it's not really synthesizing as much as getting being on the cutting edge for the card game.
Yeah, like, what Yuya's doing is he's using his pendulum summoning technique, which allows him to summon as many monsters as within the star level of the 2 pendulum cards.
Let's try and not be too technical for some of our viewers who aren't familiar with the show.
Okay.
And Legend, who doesn't give a crap.
Okay, basically you set a scale between one number and another number.
I do get that, and I understand you can summon anywhere within the rarity, etc., etc. But
and from there, you can actually use those to summon other things in like a chain. So basically, I'm going to say this: the Yu-Gi-Oh card game's gotten kind of bullshit lately.
news always bullshit.
Listen,
Rotten?
Can we just keep going along, please? Because I want to get to the really bullshit parts.
Well, could I mention one thing that I wish I had mentioned before? I actually did pick up one of the indie games that we mentioned in the previous podcast, Indivisible.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I played the prototype, and I do want to give some of my thoughts on it.
Okay.
But can I finish the thing? Because I haven't gotten to the bullshit part about Yuma yet.
Go ahead, really quickly.
He goes full Gundam and basically says "fuck you" and does a shining draw quotes that basically draws the "fuck you" card every time.
So he literally pulls a Deus Ex.
Yes, and the whole thing is called Zexal, which is the power that he apparently uses, and he literally goes Super Saiyan with some Gundam armor on him.
That's because he fuses with Astral.
Like, seriously, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys the image of this. So
I know what he looks like. You can
I
send
know
us...
you know what he looks like, but everyone else needs to see the bullshit.
The world must
God.
know of the bullshit.
You got
This is how badass... Yeah.
You're in the wrong anime, fucker.
Dude, it looks something from Saint Seiya.
Exactly!
Yeah! Fucking hell! Zodiac Knights! He looks like a fucking Zodiac Knight!
He's a Super Saiyan mixed with a Mega Man character.
Hello. You mixed up the animes. We don't need this.
Exactly.
It's too late to change it. Okay. We'll just make this canon then.
All
Bye.
right. Now,
Oh, God.
Click.
Fuck.
Well,
Yeah!
what happened?
just I'm still struggling to comprehend the bullshit.
Okay.
Okay, I got a little something really quick.
Oh,
I just found the images of the FNAF DLC and what the characters look like.
oh dear God, that's going to be our next subject anyway, so...
Well, I'll put off my Indivisible review for a little bit.
Okay, so let's do the FNAF and then we'll get on to the other stuff because apparently this podcast is going off the rails.
So first off, Nightmare Balloon Boy.
Oh shit.
He looks like it reminds me of Ike from South Park with the way his head looks.
Holy fuck.
Okay, Nightmare Mangle. Doesn't look much different than the normal Mangle.
Yeah.
And then Night
Nightmare
which looks like it's gonna go ahead and just it's just gonna flay you with its fingers.
Looks like Slender Man.
And then Jacko Bonnie.
Yes.
Oh my
We
god.
got Chica.
Yep, there's Tika.
Jacko Chica.
Oh my god.
Oh dear
That
God.
actually looks pretty cool.
The Jackal monsters look kind of cool.
Slendy is Slendy.
Yeah.
Slendy.
I'm still laughing at the Night Marion.
Like,
That's just hilarious.
Yeah. And
Oh.
to coincide with that, we also got a trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's World.
okay.
It is all fuck.
I couldn't watch for more than 48 seconds before I had to go.
Cuteness overload!
You made it longer than
Cuteness overload, more like goddamn ridiculousness overload.
It's bullshit! I love it!
It
You
gets
made
so
it longer
crazy.
than I did, Legend. You made it longer than I did.
Oh god, it's so cute.
Oh dear God Almighty.
This reminds me of Sneak King from Burger King.
It gets to that level of crazy.
You're using pizzas as projectiles!
And here's the thing, I think Scott Cawthon was probably influenced by the Five Nights at Fuckboys to make this game.
I have not even seen those. I don't even want to know.
You don't want to know.
It's basically like RPG Maker games and Five Nights at Freddy's with weird humor.
I wonder if Scott Cawthon is doing this just to parody the fact that these exist.
I think he is.
Probably.
Oh my god.
I'm willing to bet this is supposed to be like a little arcade game that's supposed to be in like the Five Nights at Freddy's pizzeria.
You know what I find amusing?
What?
The thought that some kids may look at this, and some parents may look at this and go, oh, this looks like a cute franchise, go into that, and then they pick up the Five Nights at Freddy's main line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can see the rivers running yellow with piss.
Okay, alright, so we got the bullshit out of the way. Legend, you want to go ahead and go with Indivisible now?
Alright. So I picked up the prototype, and after some downloading troubles, because my WinZip somehow ran out on the machine I used to play games, I had to re-download it, and I picked it up. My machine is ancient and crappy. However, I found it surprising that I could actually run the game, and run it surprisingly well.
Well, that's a shocker.
Remember, it's a prototype, not a demo. They're actually very adamant about making sure that everyone knows that it's a prototype.
Alright, fair enough. So I played the prototype, and I went through it, and I do have a few things that I do have a major problem with.
Oh, really?
Number one, button mapping.
The button mapping was awkward?
It was a bit awkward, though it might have been just the way that I had arranged it. You can choose to play it via controller, but I didn't have a controller at the time.
I'm pretty sure you can just hook up your Xbox 360 controller.
If you do, then it'll be easier. And trust me, you do want it to be easier. Number two, and this was where it became annoying. So I set my buttons to a certain pattern, I was like, okay, this should work. But in order to control each of the different characters, you need one separate button to control that character. In order to attack with that character, you need to press that character's button. In order to defend with that character, you need to hold that character's button.
Huh.
This doesn't sound too bad at first, right?
No.
Especially since they start you with only one.
Alright.
But here's the shit that I had a huge problem with. They shuffle the characters and their buttons.
Well, it's not that they shuffle them, but it's context dependent.
Yes. So if you're facing
the right, then the main character Ajna will be to your right button. The circle if you're using a PS3.
or whatever button happened to be the 4 button. So, but the thing is, they mix up all the different characters in a lot of these different contexts, and I couldn't figure out what the hell I was doing, so I was just spamming all 4 buttons.
Not really, because when you go ahead and you're flipping the other way, it just flips the other way. The top and the bottom character are still the same. It's only the forward and back characters that are different.
That wasn't what
And
it
really,
felt like
that
to
should
me.
be more consecutive, because you should be and I've understood. I've watched other people do it, and I've done a little bit of it myself. Is that it's just a matter of watching the screen and getting used to knowing, okay, this person's here. I need to press this to make that person move. And actually, the game mechanic is actually from a game called Valkyrie Profile, which was a PSP saga, which was a PSP exclusive game series.
Valkyrie Profile, huh?
Yeah, which used that similar battle system.
All
In
right.
which you contextually tapped buttons to do combos with other characters, and you control them in that manner.
Maybe you should look into that. Look up a let's play of that to see if you can follow it.
I could, but I did want to voice that fact that because I was using exclusively the PC, not a controller, it ended up having some bullshit moments. Like,
I still don't think it's that bad because I feel like that's just a matter of just getting used to the timing than anything else.
used to the timing. They were constantly switching up the context. It did switch the middle characters around.
The also thing, I don't know if you caught this legend, was that if you hold up and down on the buttons, then you actually do different for the on the directional pad.
I don't have a problem with that. I did in fact use a lot of different combinations with the different characters and their different movements, which was fantastic. I love the way these characters move and act, but my issue was with the interface I was using at the time.
All right, so I'll give it a look to see what it's like.
It is very good, and
it's very well animated.
It's very well animated. It runs surprisingly well, even on crap machines like mine.
Is it Mac compatible?
It should be. I actually unzipped it on a Mac.
Okay, so if you can play it on the Mac, then all right.
There are apparently at least 2 hidden secrets in the prototype build.
Might have to look at a walkthrough to see that.
Yeah, the developers have already done a full walkthrough in case you want to know where the secrets are at. But it's probably more fun if you find them out for yourself and you see how everything works.
Fair enough. All right, then, so...
Okay, so that was the combat. What did you think about the Castlevania-style platforming?
I actually found it fascinating. Once I found an axe, it was really fun just figuring out how this works, as well as using it to traverse the new areas.
And they are saying that she's going to get new items to help her explore as well as the new powers.
So she could probably switch between the axe and maybe a different weapon. Maybe she might get whips or...
So here's one of the things that they did not discuss, or that you did not see in the prototype, but that was discussed prior to it, is that those characters, the other 3 characters that you got, can be switched out. That's not her. That's not the final party, and that's not the only party.
So you can get like multiple characters and switch up the combinations.
Correct. Additionally, you do this by meditating, and you enter the main character's mind, and that creates a village, which is your hub world, so to speak.
That is interesting.
Because all the other characters are spirits, and so or aspects of the main character. So you need to converse with them in your own mind before you can access them.
So to swipe a thing from Shin Megami Tensei, they're basically her personas.
Not really personas. It's more like the Goron. It's more like the Goron, Deku, and Zora masks, but having them as stands.
Oh, so they're like stands.
So I kind of just want to draw the parallels. This is basically a shamaness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Although she has her own issues as well, if you could tell from her powers.
All right.
So there are other things there that you should definitely be aware of.
Mm-hmm. So if I'll just say this: I have yet to actually try this game on a controller. So take that for what it's worth. I did love the game. I was very sad that I was having so much frustration with the control interface that I set up for myself. I'm going to try it again with a controller and give my revamped thoughts on the whole game.
So we might get a follow-up next podcast?
You may very well find that. Yes.
All right, then.
Hey!
So with that, all the news is taken care of, but it's the Halloween episode. We can't just stop it at the news.
Fair enough. So what do you guys want to talk about then?
Well, how about this? How about we each talk about the scariest game we've ever played? Muzi, I'm pretty sure you're not going to find any of this scary.
Are we going to go with scariest to you personally, or scariest one that you've played of all time?
Either played or experienced. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We're going to start with games, and then we'll look at movies.
Okay, that'll work.
All right.
Alright.
So, Leo, why don't you start us off?
Okay, I'm going to do 2 because the first one kind of is more of a meh, and so I'm going to go into something that goes ahead and discuss it a bit more thoroughly. The scariest game that I've ever played, for me, has got to be Resident Evil 4.
Really?
That's generally just because I don't play a lot of horror games in general. But as far as the game that scared me the most, it's actually going to go to Cold Shadow.
Oh, I remember.
Weren't we going to do a let's play of that?
Okay, so Cold Shadow, because this is probably no one. I don't know whether or not I mentioned this.
You have mentioned Cold Shadow before.
Right.
I've played the game too.
Disney Interactive game that was released on Sega Genesis, PC, and Super Nintendo. And the Sega Genesis and PC version were the same. So that boss at the end of the first level is a cauldron made out of bones, and it transforms itself into a spider.
Hey.
And that's your first boss fight.
Yes.
And as a kid, that scared me shitless.
Yeah, after slugging it through this obnoxiously difficult platforming segment and reaching at the very, very top, yeah, I remember that boss. That thing was... I can see how that would have been spooky as a kid.
Yeah.
I was just glad that I reached the top. The level itself was more annoying for me.
And then there were other things, like the level 3 in that, the Mudrakes, were just annoying as all fuck.
They remain annoying.
And the final boss there, I think it's only in the PC and Genesis version that they have like this giant like witch tower thing that you have to fight, like a war tank sort of thing, and that has a weird as hell face.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So that game sounds like fun.
It actually is if you get past being a 6-year-old kid.
Yes. It was not made for kids.
Is the platforming still horribly hard?
You know what? It's not that bad, all things considered. It just so happens that that was one of my earlier gaming experiences, so I really did not have a context for certain controls at the time.
Right.
All right.
If I could follow up. Scariest game I played was actually Star Wars on the
Which
PC.
one?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget what exactly the game was. I was super, super young. And Star Wars had been coming out, and they'd released a PC game for it, and it resembled Doom.
Okay.
But I do know for a fact that it was Star Wars. And I was at first excited, like, yay, I'm going to play Star Wars. But then I go into it, and I see this horribly mangled mess of pixels that are supposed to resemble all the things you're going through. And for the first time, I was immersed in all of the horrors that the main characters had gone through, like getting thrown into the trash pit and being approached by this giant floating black ball with a needle in it.
Yeesh.
All pixelated, but that ambiguity just struck me as strange, weird, and terrifying. And then finally, when I got out of that, I was supposedly going to go to the desert. And suddenly that entire desert, thanks to all the fear and ambiguity of the previous level, turned into a giant quicksand pit.
Oh my goodness.
It haunted my dreams.
Oh man, now for horror games for me, what scared me the most as a kid? Truth be told, I was a hell of a chicken back when I was a kid. So a lot of games kind of terrified me. To be honest, Bowser from Super Mario 64 legitimately terrorized me as a kid.
To be fair, that was a hell of a setup for a boss fight.
True. I think it was the organ music in the final boss that
There you go.
basically haunted my dreams, but that wasn't the scariest boss I fought as a kid. The scariest encounter was actually from a really shitty RPG on the 64, Quest 64.
Oh god!
The boss...
That game itself constitutes a nightmare.
Here's the thing. The mechanics are alright. It's kind of a hollow RPG mechanic, if I could say it. If you look at Pro Jared, he actually gives like a good review of the mechanics and stuff like that, and the plot's kind of bare bones. But a lot of the monster designs creeped me out as a kid. Like, there were some of the dragon designs. But the final boss, King Mammon, terrified me.
I
I could not beat that game. Back then, my dad actually helped me out with beat a lot of games. But even he couldn't beat that one.
Oof.
So because our magic was too crappy to beat it with. So what ended up happening was apparently at the end of the little platform where this giant floating moth demon creature Satan thing from hell was an area where you could actually whack it with your staff. And I kept whacking it. Whack, 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 heal, whack, whack, heal. And I was terrified the entire time because it was throwing boulders, giant beams of energy, and the music was intense. And I finally beat it. And I literally passed out.
Holy shit.
Because I couldn't comprehend that I beat that thing. I could not grasp its true form. It was my gigas. So yeah,
man.
Quest 64 scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I think Quest 64 would scare the shit out of anyone, period.
Yeah.
Okay, Akari, your turn.
I agree with that. Okay, then being the horror aficionado, I'm right here.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, we're listening to you.
Are we losing?
Okay, as being the horror aficionado. No, I thought, are we listening to me?
Yes!
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, God. Okay, as being the horror aficionado that I am,
Alright.
there's a tons of scary games that I played, but I think the one that still gets under my skin to this day is probably the GameCube remake of Resident Evil. I mean, we see in the PlayStation Resident Evil, it's hokey, it's got the worst voice acting ever, it still was effective as a horror game, but what the GameCube one just did, it just made it less silly, it is more serious. I mean, being out, how it feels like a genuine horror movie experience for a way.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Go ahead, Legend.
Well, I remember I played a little bit of that, and I have yet to get through it because just the entire ambiance and just unknown of what's around that corner is just terrifying.
Not to mention the fact that it introduced the mechanic of the redheads.
Oh, the Crimson Heads.
The Crimson Heads, yeah. Where
Yeah,
if you leave
the idea with
a
that,
body
you have
laying,
to actually burn them.
yeah, if you leave a body for too long after you kill the zombie, it comes back as a redhead. Takes more hits to kill, more vicious, faster too.
In claws.
And
No
then me and
wonder.
Yami actually asked her brother one time, you know, we're curious, what happens when you shoot one of those? And it kept coming and coming and coming.
Oh,
But no,
man.
that was not the scariest thing ever. I think the scariest monster from the game was Lisa Trevor, who was the first G-Virus victim. She got experimented on, and she just became less and less human, and she started ripping faces off of people and putting them on her body. And she kind of looks like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And the thing is, with the game, you can't kill her.
She is literally immortal.
She's literally immortal. I mean, there's only 3 times you encounter her, but the only thing that she wants is her mother. That's all she's looking for is her mother.
Oh, and when she cries out, tendrils come out of the holes in the faces on her.
And she makes this noise like that. And I'm like, ugh. And just hearing it from a distance is just creepy enough.
Yeah, and like, aren't her hands also bound together in like wooden shackles?
Yes, they are. And the thing is, if she hits you 3 times, you're dead.
So she's super strong as well.
Yeah, she is.
Ugh.
She's a boss you can't beat.
Which makes her even more terrifying because there is no fighting. There's only running.
Well, there is one way to defeat her, but basically what it is, you have to have a teammate and distract her with gunfire where you try to set free this coffin that lifts. It's like a stone coffin with, if you push these rocks, and they push them, and it opens it, and she grabs the skull of her mother, and she jumps off, and that's pretty much the last you see of her.
So she found her mother.
That's all she's wanted. She wants to find her mother and just go away.
That's still very sad.
It is sad. I mean, what Umbrella did to her, they're the real monsters.
True.
Yeah, and they continue their shenanigans for 2 more games, if I recall
Yeah,
correctly.
and by the beginning of 4, they're already gone.
Yeah, and then everything else is just like crazy, crazy zombie shit.
Yep.
Las Plagas and other stuff.
Las Plagas were amusing to me, actually.
I like those.
Yeah.
They're literally just a zombie-inducing organism.
Yep.
But more intelligent.
Yep. Though for
Yeah.
me, the fun part was actually understanding the Spanish and basically laughing my ass off anytime the stupid-ass zombies told me, "I'm right behind you, dumbass!"
Really?
Yes! Detrás de ti, imbécil!
Right behind you, dumbass.
Yep, okay, turns around with the 180, pops a shot in the face.
So that's what they're saying.
Yes.
I'm right behind you, dumbass.
Yes!
Oh my god, I'm never gonna see the game like the same way again.
So whenever you hear a zombie farmer behind you saying that,
Yes, just 180. Poof.
I'm right behind you, dumbass. Okay. Boing.
And there was also one other thing. At one point, you are given the opportunity to use a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
There was a boss. I believe he was a little Spanish albino prick.
Oh, yeah, the midget.
Yeah, the albino midget. And when he transforms into his final form, he goes all Cthulhu on your ass. I remembered, I have a rocket launcher. Point, shoot, boss is done.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the easy way to kill him.
Yeah, me and my cousin saw this and we were just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes, because despite all the scary of Resi 4, it's still a campy as fuck game.
I have a rocket launcher. Your argument is invalid. I love it.
I wonder if there's a Dark Souls mod that involves a rocket launcher.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Oh, that
Souls
would be.
mod.
Alright.
Alright, Muzi, it's your turn. Is there a game that actually scared the shit out of you?
Not really.
Alright,
I
moving
mostly
along.
just enjoy watching other people play them.
Not even as a kid.
No, not really.
Huh.
This woman
Okay,
does not know
she does
fear.
not have the fear response. She can be a Green Lantern.
Yes, he can.
Oh, man.
Alright, if Muzi doesn't
No,
have anything to...
There's only one thing that really, really terrified me when I was young.
Oh?
I was I think maybe about 4. And for some odd reason, I managed to see part of, the first Chucky movie.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
The movie itself didn't scare me. The fact that I had a doll that looked like Chucky was the fact that scared me.
Oh my god.
My parents wondered where it went. It was buried in the back of my closet. That first night, there was a chair in front of that door.
Lay it down.
Okay, so...
I hear you on that one. Like, one of the reasons why FNAF 4 scares me, and I will fully admit it does scare me, is that idea of the unknown. That, what if it's out there? What if it's looking at me from behind the dark I can't see? And, yeah, those creepy eyes in the closet, I would absolutely bar that door. If I could
Well, I
close
was
my
the one who
closet.
threw it in the closet in the first place.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure if I had suffered the same trauma as you, I'm pretty sure I would have taken that doll and I would have buried it in the backyard.
No, it would have come back.
No, they'd have noticed that.
I used to play around in the mud a lot as a kid. My parents would not notice.
They would have noticed a 4-year-old in the backyard of,
What?
this housing complex.
Little Zero,
Burying
what are
a
you
doll.
doing with that shovel?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. You're patting the dirt.
Planting flowers. There's just back at my house, we used to build like one of those above ground pools every summer. And so during the rest of the year, there was just a big patch of dirt. So I would just play in the mud. I would when the pool wasn't out, I would just play in the mud there, like in the spring and in the fall.
Hi.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, now let's move on to movies.
Wait a moment. Have we heard? We've heard Leo. We've heard you. We do have everyone.
Yeah, we got everyone.
Yep,
Okay.
we got the-
Legend
All
can't
right,
count,
reverse.
guys.
All right, reverse order this time on movies. Muzi, go.
Well, one of the ones that eventually freaked me out a bit, but that was because we were by ourselves in the dark. Had never seen it before. One of our friends decided that she was going to get her mom to rent The Exorcist.
Oh.
Ooh.
So
Yes.
you guys saw what is considered one of the scariest movies of all time.
Your mother sucks cocks in hell!
By ourselves in the dark, in the middle of the night.
I can see why you're not scared of much else.
Because if only that could scare you, nothing else would. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
We're just sitting there, kind of like our eyes are all like wide. We have blankets over our head, you know.
Oh god, that movie is so freaky. I mean, the scene that gets me all the time is where she's stabbing herself in the legs between the legs with a crucifix. I'm like, oh god. I'm
I
like,
think we were maybe like 11.
good lord.
No one should see that movie unless they have a responsible adult and are a responsible adult themselves.
Her mom fell asleep.
And then
Wow.
again,
That mom is a bad mother.
and then again, I did see all of the Friday the 13th movies when I was 7 years old.
For horror movies for me, I got a long list to be honest, because a lot of them scared me. The Thing is a classic. A perfect case of paranoia.
That's like the ultimate paranoia film.
Yeah, and even though it still kind of creeps me out a little. I'm more marveled at the actual practical effects than I am scared of the movie nowadays. But when I first saw it, it scared me, of course.
Oh, it's especially being in the middle of like the coldest place on Earth.
Yeah, and to be honest, is it weird that I still feel that the practical effects hold up a lot better?
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah. So other than The Thing, actually the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie also terrified me as well.
Ooh, the only movie that actually scares Yami.
Yeah, because here's the thing. If a movie can get into my head, it'll keep me up at night. And Nightmare on Elm Street certainly did that to me.
I think everyone wanted to take a bunch of caffeine pills after watching that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, for the scariest movie I ever seen in my life, I gotta give it to the John Carpenter classic Halloween. I gotta give it because it feels like this is something that could actually happen in real life.
Oh, it's
That-
probably happened in real life too.
Yeah, it means you can just walking around, some guy's just stalking you around, and out of nowhere he starts killing your friends. And not to mention, the best thing that makes it scary is the music. The do-do-do-do-do. I mean, it's just that enough. It's just, ugh.
Yeah, just the slow tempo that slowly picks up and just feels like you're being hunted.
Yes, especially with the mask being William Shatner mask, just painted white.
William Shatner mask turned inside out and painted white.
Yep.
Amazingly
Yeah,
simple.
Imagine Captain Kirk coming at you with a butcher knife.
Oh no! My knife is going to stab you in the chest!
Basically, yeah. And I think the other movie that really gets under my skin is The Omen.
The original or the remake?
The original, I hate most remakes.
Can't argue with you there.
Just the original thought that you think this little child is the son of the devil, and the thing that's creepy enough is all this stuff that happens to these people. And I think the one scene that gets me is the nanny in the beginning, where she says, "Damien, this is all for you," and she just jumps up and hangs herself right in front of a birthday party.
Yeesh.
And not to mention that music, the creepy, Gorgarian music that goes on in the background.
Tell me, have you seen all the sequels to The Omen?
I have seen all the Omens. The only sequel I think 2 and 3 were okay. The fourth one was god awful. I mean, it's just the same thing with a girl.
Ah.
And then the remake, I hate it. Hurt.
All right then. So Leo, your turn.
I'm trying to remember the movie. There's this one particular scene from a movie, and I cannot remember the name of the movie right now. But it's basically one that does a very elaborate eye removal from. And for the life of me, I cannot remember what the name is because I'm so terrified of it.
Is it a modern movie or is it like an older movie?
Yeah, it's a modern movie. It's pretty modern.
Is it
Saw?
Hostel?
Is it Hostel? I think it's Hostel.
I think Hostel has something like that. Or is it Saw? Because Saw has one of those too.
Let me see if it's because it was a really graphic eye removal. Like you saw them pulling out the eyeball.
Okay,
I think that's
it's
Hostel.
it's not.
Okay, then
It's
it's
probably Hostile because in Saw, what happened was a guy had a key inside his eye, and so he had to cut open. He had to try to cut open his own eye, or else the Venus flytrap death chamber on his head would snap shut and kill him. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it, so he ended up dying with the bear trap closing on him. Pretty nasty.
Okay, now I remember. Yeah, it's Hostel. It's Hostel. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that movie.
It's okay.
Keep in mind, I do not watch that much horror, so I'm probably a bit more squeamish than the average horror movie goer.
I've seen a few gory movies. Like, I have seen, like, the first 3 Saw movies. I still kind of prefer the first Saw movie because it wasn't all about the elaborate machinery.
It wasn't about the death traps, it was about the psychology.
Yeah.
Yep.
I kind of wish they would go back to that. But then again, they've already done the final chapter, so where can they go from there?
Right.
Remakes!
Reboot territory.
Well, it's still pretty early on. What the hell am I saying? The way reboot culture is, we'll be expecting a remake next Halloween, I believe.
I was about to say, you've seen Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Hollywood, do that.
Yep. Oh god, that was a horrible pun.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I was waiting for this.
Waited for a few seconds before that one kicked in.
Ugh. You know, really,
Damn it, Leo, you're rubbing off on all of us.
especially considering today with all the puns I was doing before the podcast.
Oh, God.
Joy.
Yeah, anyway, now it's Legend's turn to give his favorite horror movie, or his scariest to be exact.
Well, I don't really watch a lot of scary movies. Like Leo, I'm kind of squeamish.
Yeah.
So, it's actually more psychological stuff that gets me. But I will give one good shout out to a movie that I saw in movie class in high school.
Oh, really?
Yes. It was a movie by Alfred Hitchcock, his most famous one.
Oh, Psycho?
The original Psycho.
Yes!
Oh my God. This one line now makes me shiver with fear. You know, a boy's best friend is his mother.
That is
Oh
classic. I was
God.
watching that a couple days ago.
Yeah, I love the shower scene.
Yeah.
Especially because of the few little things that I learned about it. I love the fact that it has the first working toilet in the history of cinema. Which is awesome. And I also love the fact that when they were talking about like making the movie, and they're talking about like making the chocolate syrup go into the water to make it look like blood,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Very creative. I love the fact that at one point, Hitchcock and his associate producer were basically talking like, how are they going to move the body? And they're like getting into it, role-playing it, like they're in the office, like taking a little, I don't know what it was, maybe it had been a chair, and they're just moving this thing around. And then Hitchcock's wife walks in on the scene, and both of them lose their shits. They were so into it, they got... what's that?
I remember hearing about that.
That is amazing. I never heard about that one.
Yeah, I love that. Like, all that little stuff is great, but the scene itself was terrifying. Holy crap.
I think the scene in Psycho that terrified me the most was turning around Mother to see that...
Whoa, hang on. That's spoiler territory.
For a movie that's been out for so many years,
They
And I've seen
remade
it
it,
so many
haven't they?
times.
They've done a shot-for-shot remake, which was god-awful. And there's Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Psycho 4, which I have...
sequels to this.
I have seen Psycho
they
4.
have.
Yeah.
I
I think that's the biggest horror shock, the legend of all.
But there's only one redeeming quality of those
There's
sequels.
also a TV show.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Bates Motel.
Oh boy. Akari, you were saying?
I was gonna say there's only one redeeming quality of the sequels, and that's that Anthony. God, what's his? I forgot the actor's name again. Shoot.
Hannibal Lecter?
No. The actor who plays Norman Bates.
Oh, I don't remember his name. It's amazing. I could pick him out of a crowd if I saw him, but
Anthony Perkins. There we go.
Anthony Perkins.
He was in all 4 movies. That's the only thing I found worth watching, which is for him.
Yeah, because if I recall, the Psycho 4 involved him calling a radio hotline that was talking.
DJ.
DJ that was doing like discussions on famous matricide killers,
Oh.
and he was calling and giving information and stuff like that, and basically it evolved to he was trying to find someone to talk him out of killing his girlfriend because she was pregnant with his kid, and he was scared that the cycle of crazy would continue with his kid.
Oof.
Oh, I know. That's all that. I was like,
It was an interesting concept. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but I wouldn't say it's bad.
No, I like 2. When it comes to the sequels, 2 was the better one.
Well, I had never saw 2. I'm just going off of 4, and from what I remember of 4, yeah, it was bad, but it wasn't like teeth-grindingly horrible.
No, it was just weak.
It was weak, yeah. It was just like it could have been like a 30-minute thing.
Alright.
Alright then, so, is there really much else to talk about?
Did we cover yours?
Oh, yeah, I did. You had walked off, but I was talking about The Thing and Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ah, okay. My apologies for that.
It's alright.
I think that's about it, though. I think we're good.
Alright.
Alright then, so things coming up on the channel. Well, of course, this podcast is being uploaded a day early for you for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. You kind of missed a deadline a little bit earlier.
Oh, the creepypasta?
No, not the creepypasta. The shovel.
Good deadline.
Oh, the Shovel Knight, yeah, I derped, and basically there was a problem with with episode 1 that I didn't fix in time. So basically I had to push episode 1 to Thursday, and so it started a little bit later.
Alright.
Not that, but there was also something else we kind of forgot to add on the podcast of relevance.
Oh, really?
Which was?
Hellsinger Bridge episode 6 is delayed until Christmas.
Fuck! God. Fuck!
Yeah, I kind of broke 0 the other night.
Yeah. Yeah, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was looking so forward to it.
No! I'm screaming now! Fuck!
Oh, Legend's wincing in the corner of the couch.
No!
It's like someone punched him in the soul.
They did.
Damn it, Takahata! I appreciate that you're taking the extra time to work on it, and I appreciate that. That's fine. I understand production values and whatnot. I understand, and I want you to be funny, but it better be funny. But even so, ah!
Dang!
Ah!
Wonderful.
Thank you for
All right.
killing the mic.
Ah! Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, so with that rage
Let
and
it all out, man. Let it all out.
Believe it or not, I'm still holding back on the voice, so
please do. I don't want to kill everyone's eardrums. It's already going to be a hell to normalize and compress this audio.
Sorry for the extra work.
It's alright. So, other news for the channel. Shovel Knight's still going to be uploaded to Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now that the episodes are starting, I can actually keep the schedule.
Yes.
Legend needs to record his normal type review, which we'll probably be doing later in the month.
I'm still going over it, finalizing it. I do plan on contacting Silver Jolteon with regard to getting those normal type moves. He was the one who actually got us the footage of those moves for the poison type review.
Yeah, and thanks to him for that.
Mm-hmm.
So, other than the normal type review, Leah, you better get started on your Nigel Thornberry accent.
Okay, I'll get started on it soon.
I'm sure it'll be smashing.
Yes.
Smashing.
Yeah, that's going to be for the bug type review. Other than that, yeah, of course, no creepypasta this year because of how stressful the semester has been for me and Legend.
Funnily enough, I think that creepypasta would have decompressed us, but unfortunately, time just ran out on us.
Yeah, not to mention that midterms was like between 2 weeks for me, and I had to buckle down for those.
Yeah, it's not easy going through midterms. I actually didn't mention this before, but I had the same professor for 2 classes, and he has the exact same schedule and program for both classes. So he dumped 2 of the exact same midterm on me, both of them due on the same day.
That is bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Yeah!
Couldn't you have just said to him, dude, if I take it once, can you just grade me for that one?
No, because it's one midterm for one class, another midterm for another class, and I needed to get them both. So it was bullshit.
Oh,
I was the only one in 2 different classes. The other guys didn't have that problem.
the professor
I still
just
got
spotted
one
you and
left.
said, weren't you in my other exam?
He knew. I just had to fucking deal with it.
What an asshole.
I don't know. He's actually a good guy. It's just that my scheduling was bullshit.
Okay.
That was my problem.
Alright.
But it was still bullshit.
Alright then, so that's it for news updates. So I want to go ahead and say thanks to both Akari and Muzi for joining us for this podcast, because we are recording this really late at night.
Dude, it's barely 9 for me, and I'm an hour ahead of you, and 3 hours ahead for our Alaskan friends.
Well, usually we tend to record around noon.
Yes, but
It's like
normally we don't-
6:30 here.
Yeah, but normally we don't have to coordinate with 3 different time zones.
If that's true.
It's only like 6:30 here, so
Yeah,
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I'll still have plenty of time to edit this podcast, and holy crap, we're at 2.5 hours.
Well, it's a special one.
Anyway,
yeah, but that's what happens when you have fun.
That's true. So,
Time flies.
so yeah, thank you, Akari, for coming on again, and thank you, Muzi, for coming for the first time.
It was a blast.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Mhm.
all right.
And good to meet you.
Yeah, it was good
So-
to finally meet you too.
Now let's try to get you on for Cards Against Humanity.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Why don't we do that at the end of this?
Well, we're all going to have to go our separate ways. I'm going to have to go back to my mom's house. Legend's going to have to go back to his house.
And I
Let's
am
go eat
starving, so...
It's me, I gotta go eat dinner.
So-
Everyone eat. How about everyone eat, and we'll meet on Cards Against Humanity in like an hour or so.
Hour and a half or so, yeah.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'll need to check on
Legend
something.
will send you the Skype link if you're interested in playing.
All right.
I'll
And
have to see.
doing the insanity.
Yes.
All right, then. So for now, this is Death Zero,
This is Leo Force.
and
This-
our 2 guests, Akari and Muzi.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And this is Legend Hunter signing out. Happy Halloween!